But go for it.
Oops. No. All right, excellent.
But go for it.
Uh-oh.
Oops. All right, excellent.
My audience is listening to the Steeming Pile song.
Steam pod.
Nice.
Pod.
All right, cool.
Steam pod. Steam pod. Steam pod. Steaming pod.
I'm confused why I'm not getting a video preview like I usually do on D-Live.
I just refreshed and it came up. The same thing happened to me.
Mine's going.
Yours is one?
Yep.
See you next Tuesday.
That's looking fine for me on the actual stream page.
Steaming pile.
Thank you, guys.
All I know, re-steam like mold. I'm steaming, steaming, crypto.
What's up, everybody?
Power up, get mold. I'm steaming, steaming.
Yeah, we haven't formally. I'm still on the invite scene. Bring everybody in a minute.
We don't play the plagiarism, down vote, that posts abuse the site, steam cleaners they roast, give credit, give props to a witness.
Yes, and then once that gets up,
Bear witness, Dan Larimer, Ned Scott. Without them, there's no chain on our block. Rearrange what you got, build a name on our block. See the fame that we got? We all trending at the top. 5-star entertainment group. What I represent. Take your book back and spend me all the
welcome to the Steeming Pile, everyone. We're just getting our social media stuff blasted out, and we will be starting our live streaming Pitfalls and Best Practices episode ASAP.
I'm steaming, steaming. Crypto, that's how we roll. Power up, get bold. I'm steaming, steaming.
What is that? Jesus. Sounds like it. Oh, man. Actually, it sounds like me when I type. Who just joined? I'm not able to see it yet. Alright.
Make posts, that's all I know.
Ah, gotcha. You're one of our guest simulcasters tonight.
Steaming, crypto, that's how we roll. Power up, get bold. I'm steaming, steaming. Get your mind stuck on this HWTP. Post my life up like you.
That's alright. How's your stream going?
Stop your Facebook, get paid for your likes, see? Zuckerberg ain't thinking about your
Oh, cool. I like reading some of Frank Bacon's chats and posts and shit like that.
I ain't even have to say it. It's sorta like your
Yeah, he is.
They couldn't save it, and I don't need to curse cause this flow G-rated. From my post get elevated, and we never regulated. S-T-E-E-M to the I-T.
That's exactly right. So, oh shit. I don't have my fucking video on. Oh. No, there's no such thing. What's up, everyone? People are hopping on the pile. If you're watching my broadcast, you can see the call-in number down in the lower third. You should be able to see it on every other Simulcasters page as well, or stream. So come on in. We even have Indy 8fish with us tonight, who is a guest simulcaster. And ESP chain just rolled in. How's it going, man? And we have good. And we have Sharon from D Unite and from Vim TV, I would say. Is that correct? Cool. Thanks for being here. How are you? Good. Very good. So, what do you guys think? You guys want to do some intros? Why don't you guys do some intros too? For your group. Kep and Sostra.
Please. But yeah, I'm actually, I don't know, man. I'm interested to learn more about streaming to essentially try and beef up the stream, or make it fascinating. What can we do to engage audiences and stuff like that? Yeah, I'm always looking to improve streams and all that good stuff. So yeah, I look forward to the show for sure.
For sure. Smurf's here. He's from Money Match Gaming. He's also has a personal page, Ukulele Tutorials. We'll see who he wants to be tonight. He's MMG Smurf tonight. What's up, man?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on.
Yes, thanks for inviting.
Was that Russian American?
Yes, I learned from my friend Mikhail Tot. He's a magician with video.
Of Top Films fame.
We got some stuff to discuss with Top Films tonight.
Oh.
I'm bringing up the agenda. I'll share it with everyone in a minute. And for our audience who should be aware, this is an open space. So what happens is I set out an agenda, but we create it here in the first 10 or 15 minutes and figure out where we go from there. So I'll go ahead and bring it up, share my screen with everyone so you all in the Zoom room can see it. Then we'll talk about it and go from there. But you guys can carry the sound between now and then.
With I today just tried again with mobile. DLive's been doing some content creation contests, trying to promote stuff other than video game play, and they've been doing some fun ones. And they actually in one of the videos suggested a certain streaming app for mobile Android devices. I tried that one, and it was very, very limited, and I couldn't even get it to actually do the stream. I've been using LiveStreaming, which I eventually just did another stream with that, saying that this app doesn't work. I also tried a Streamlabs app, which has all kinds of really awesome features. You could essentially just use it, all the features here on OBS that we use, put chat on there, all sorts of things. But again, I streamed for 40 minutes and the stream wasn't there. So I had to hop on with LiveStreaming and tell everyone, well, it's great if we can get it to work. So LiveStreaming is the one I got to work, but you only get to use one. So you can throw chat on there, or you can throw follower count, whatever you wanted. And you can unlock the rest with a paid subscription. So that's what, as far as mobile, that's my experience so far.
in specifically Android, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have to say
Don't
I had a
open phone.
pretty similar
Upload.
experience. With most apps, either it was full of annoying ads or I just couldn't get it to work. I know I managed to get a stream to work with Ace live streaming, but
Exactly.
it's fairly limited in what it can do.
Yeah. And MyCaster is the one that DLive suggested using, and that's even more limited, if you could believe it. It was essentially just you could flip the screen and you could mute yourself. You couldn't do anything else. You couldn't even go into settings while you were live. That on top of the fact that it never actually connected to DLive for whatever reason. I mean, I was interested, like, why were they suggesting this when it was seriously limited?
Do you know if Twitch has a mobile app for streaming?
One that they program. Yeah, I don't know one that they use, themselves. That'd be something to look into. I'm definitely going to go and look for some more alternatives and do some more reviews, because that's something I just started messing around with it a little bit, and everyone was like, "Oh, do videos on that." And I was just telling one, well, there's no like best practices when it comes to that. As you can see from what I'm telling you, I mean, it's really limited what you've experienced. I mean, there's not really much to tell people except for stay tuned, and I'll let you know when I come across something that is, worth checking out.
Yeah, that's pretty much
socks off.
Yeah.
Like my plan when I got into it was to like try to find a way that I could show people like an easy way to stream from their phone, but I just got disappointed and
exactly.
Mm.
Yep.
All right, guys. So here's what I had, and this is open for wherever we take it. So here was my best thinking on the agenda. I know you guys have it open, or at least some of you have it open, because I can see it, little weird icons over here. That's everyone that's anonymous. That's all of you, or anyone else who stumbled across the link in Discord. Anyway. Here's what I thought. We would do pitfalls of live streaming. What have you learned? Best practices, what works, or tools and resources, what do you use? And then a group discussion. What did you hear, share, or learn? And then round 2, what's next for live streamers? What can be done with simulcasting and content creation? It would be nice if there was a show that ... So those were mine. What I would like to do is at least try to do 2 rounds, and have, since there is a big group, have us break up at least into 2 groups, so where we can self-select and pick a topic or 2 and kind of break up and give the breakout group kind of a chance. But we don't have to do that either. We can just stay in here and cover the questions, but that was my thinking. And then the intention for the live streaming pieces would be that someone would say, I really want to talk about that topic, and 1 or 2 other people say, yeah, and then we put you in a breakout group with at least 1 person who's streaming live. So then their channel would have that topic.
Got it.
And then I would stay, and I can move people around. If new people come in and jump on, then I can get them to the topic they need to. And then you guys talk for 20 or 30 minutes, and then someone can cue me in the chat, or I think how we had it set up last time was Telegram. But I don't have that, so I don't know. I guess we'll just set a time, like 15 or 20 minutes. Go in, chat about it, come back, and share what you guys learned.
Yeah, I think that'd work.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Let's take a quick poll from people that are here.
Delicate.
We can try it. Let's split it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So just a quick question then. So what would be the different topics on the groups that we head into?
Let's do that first. First. Let's talk about which of those topics, either these 3 or the 3 down here, what topic that you read resonates with you and is one that you would like to explore or talk more about. And if none of them work, then
I kind of want to talk about all of them.
I kind of do too. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I can take that.
You know, and I'm devil's advocate, so I can bring up definitely more of a negative nuance to for lack of a better word. You know, like best practices, what works. Like, does anything work? I mean, does it really matter? You know, I mean, is like someone with a great personality with no upvote count really gonna get less likes from someone than someone with a shitty personality, but he's got all the bells and whistles on their stream? I mean, at a certain point, it's about one thing and not the other. I would hope that if content was good, it wouldn't matter all the tools. I don't know. You know, I don't do very well with all the tools and such, and I get my love. So, but people understand me.
So what I hear then is that those three could be questions that any one of us on here could explore.
I believe so.
All right, so here's my thing. And what about the next set? The what's next, what can be done, and content creation.
I would love to hear what others think about simulcasting, and any ideas that might come to mind.
Okay.
I could certainly touch upon all those things.
So let's see how this works. Here's my suggestion then, is that for Gone Rogue and Sean S. Porter, you guys host 2 different breakout discussions of round 1. So I'll send people in from here into, I'll just split them up from people that are here into Sean's channel and one to Gone Rogue. You guys cover those questions for 20 minutes. Just have a discussion on your guys' channels, and then after 20 minutes, come back. We'll come back and we'll go through what each group talked about. What'd you hear? What'd you share? What did you learn?
Sounds
and then
good.
We'll do it again for round 2.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to make some breakout groups. We're going to do 2 groups. You know what? We're just going to do it automatically. Since then, I'll be able to go into a room 2, and we'll do it automatic. And it's 9:52, so we'll come back at it's 9:52 my time. So we'll be back here in 20 minutes. I'll just stop it then. And so we'll just go over streaming. What have you learned? What works? And what do you use? So some of us might be simulcasting one room and other ones the others. Let me make sure that Gone Rogue is in one. Yeah, sure.
I don't know exactly what to do, so you tell me. I don't have a
preference. You're just gonna magically. Your video is gonna magically fly into a small breakout group with less people, and then.
That's cool.
Okay. Okay.
I really don't know anything about streaming. I'm just going to learn.
Well, that's what's cool about Zoom is, you know, he's got the control. He just throws us where we land.
SBI 8 upvote.
Hey guys. So can you guys hear me?
Yes.
No.
So for me, can you guys John, can you start me in one room and 10 minutes in swap me?
Yep, I will do that. Yep.
Perfect.
I'm gonna start you in Gone Rogue's room, and then I'll move you to Sean's after that.
Perfect.
All right.
I have a farting dog over here.
That's,
I was wondering
that's
why
always
you were
good.
Hey, if it starts coughing up hairballs, let us know. You'll be famous. We'll get rich. Host is inviting
see
you
where
to
everybody
join.
goes.
SBI 8 upvote.
Thanks, SBI. We're gonna have a Steam basic income discussion on our next steaming pile. And I believe the person who created that is Joseph Savage. I want to go in and make sure I have it right. And then that's for you guys watching. For you guys watching, I would go to either Gone Rogue's breakout room or Sean S. Porter's, Gone Rogue's broadcast or Sean S. Porter's broadcast, and you'll be able to hear the breakout group. I'm going to go in there in a second. As soon as I tell you who from Steam Basic Income is coming on. Yeah, I just saw it. It is Joseph Savage. So he will be coming on to talk about Steam Basic Income. Let's see. I'm going to go over to each group and remind them of the questions. So, give me just a second. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate it. Here's the breakout groups. Someone else just hopped on, so we'll see where they need to go. Hey, Rook. We'll give him a second. Rook81 just joined us, so we'll give him a second to get his mic going and say hey, and then let me... move. And Rook, as soon as you can hear me, say hi. Break up on the side. Oh, I know that. I know. Rook, are you able to hear? No, I'm not going to move yet. Hey, man. If you can hear me, we can't hear you yet. On the Zoom window, in the bottom left, there's a camera icon and a microphone icon. And you might have to hit the caret next to the microphone to switch to the right one. What's up, everyone? This is John Spalding. Welcome to my stream of the steaming pile. Getting Rook's microphone set up. I'm going to chat with him, see if he can see that. I'm sure he can hear me.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Yo. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, thanks for coming in. Everyone's in a breakout group tackling live streaming round 1, so I'm going to send you into Sean S. Porter's group.
Okay, very
All
cool,
right?
Man.
Thanks for being here, and I'm going to get
sorry
you
I'm
there.
late.
Oh, that's cool. You're going into Sean's room right now. You'll see an invitation. Just click on it.
Very cool. Yeah, I've never used this software before, so apologies about that.
No worries. We'll see you in a minute. So there he goes. Rook81 into the breakout group. So Sean S. Porter's broadcast has a bunch of us, and Gone Rogues has another. I think I'm just going to hang out on here for a minute, and then I'm going to move. Thanks, Dottie. And thanks, Sharon, who's already in here. And then for you guys that don't know, if you want to be part of the breakout group discussions to talk about live streaming, then call in. You see the number down here, the call-in number. That you can hit that via phone and dial the 646-558-8656. Or you can just go to zoom.us and put in the 468-186-430 as your room ID. Zoom conference is just a well-known video and audio conferencing technology, and we use it. I like it because I can broadcast live video chats with a shit ton of people. So it's really cool, and I also like it because we can do breakout groups. So we have Gone Rogue, Patrick Ulrich, Sharon, Indy 8fish, and Narashi over on his stream right now. And we have Sean S. Porter, Eric Wilson, ESP Change, MMG Smurf, and Rook in the second breakout group. And I'll tell you, if you want to look at different channels, it's okay if you don't watch mine, because you're looking at just me and the agenda. But that's what they're talking about right now. They're talking about the pitfalls of live streaming. What have you learned? Best practices, what works, and tools and resources, what do you use? So we're going to do that. We're going to do that till about quarter after the hour. Come back and have a large group discussion, and then we're going to go back and do it again for round 2. So yeah, you're welcome to come on. Jump on the pile live is what we call it, and be a part of the show. You come on in and I'll get you where you need to go. And if not, if you guys just want to listen, I would bet that here's who is simulcasting. On Breakout Group 2, Sean S. Porter and Eric Wilson's D-Live streams both have it going, and I would guess Gone Rogue and Patrick Ulrich, and I know Indy 8fish said something, so his stream also has it going. So if you want to go in there, and then I'm just going to kind of pop in and out and get people where they need to go. So let's see who just joined in. Hello, caller.
Johnny Clearwater.
What's up, brother? Do you have a breakout group that you want to go into, or do you want me to just send you where?
So you're all split up this time?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't really care. I actually, what I wanted to let you guys know about was another sort of front end that I found this week.
Another front end?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost a front end. I mean, it's a store that uses Steam Connect.
Okay.
I didn't know. Or should I just tell you all, man? I don't know.
Gotcha. Well, we're doing, and I'm cool. I can bring it up because all I have to do is move Narashi to a different breakout group. I can move it up, or I can move it here on my browser and bring it up. But if you wanted to talk with everyone else about it too, they're covering live streaming right now. Like, what have you learned? What works, and what tools and resources do you use? So if that's a discussion.
I saw that. This is what I think. That's what I was just watching on Gone Rogue. He was the first person I clicked on.
Gotcha. Yeah. So if you want to go in there and chat, and then when we come back to do the whole group thing, let's talk about that.
Yeah, sure. Throw me over there.
Okay.
DLive 24-hour upvote. DLive 24-hour upvote.
I'm just letting them know there were 11 minutes left. Patrick must be bored in his breakout group. He's upvoting me.
Trickle Rick
Just kidding.
upvote.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Unite upvote.
All right. Thanks, D Unite.
Unite upvote.
Dottie, Chance, Tricky, Anarcho Gamers, KG Squirrel.
KG Squirrel upvote.
Oh, look at that. I even called that one before the icon.
Chansith Guy upvote.
Thanks everyone for watching. You're watching the Steeming Pile. This is our live streaming pitfalls and best practices. I'm going to go
KG Squirrel
and join one of the breakout groups and move myself around.
Chansith Guy upvote. Anik 0 Gam 3 rupees upvote.
Sure. So best practices just in general, or if there's something, a niche that you're thinking of, but just best practices for live streaming.
Okay, yeah, I know I came in kind of late, so I didn't catch the beginning of it,
No
but
worries.
definitely say that keeping to a schedule is very important. You want obviously want to let viewers know when you're going to be on, and try to keep to it. Consistency is always going to be best. Try to be yourself on streams, because you can't portray a different person, because sometimes these streams go on for an hour, sometimes they go on for 4 hours, and if you're portraying a different persona in there, you're going to get burnt out on it really quick.
You had gaming
another best practice is if you don't feel like streaming, don't stream, because you're going to have a bad stream and your viewers are going to know it, and they're going to reflect off that, and it's going to pull negative energy, and then it's just, you're going to lose viewers that way. You're not going to have consistent viewers that way. So just, you know, if you don't feel like streaming, think you need a night off, people are going to understand, man. You know, this is real life. We all have lives outside of this. You know, this is just something that we do for fun. Another thing that I want to go back onto is what Smurf said, is making a post on like Twitter after you had a successful stream, and just letting people know, do shout outs to people that came into your stream, like, oh, hey, Eric, thanks for stopping by. We had a good night tonight. You know, just thanks for coming by and showing some support. Looking forward to the next stream. You know, people appreciate that, I think, because if I get a shout out on Twitter just by viewing someone's stream, I mean, it kind of, you know, like, oh, hey, they didn't have to do that, but he did it. And then always remember, and I tell myself this every day, people don't have to watch your streams. They choose to. There's plenty of other channels on here for people to go to. So just, you know, have fun. People are going to know if you're having fun or not, and just,
Critical
you know,
Barney
just take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've always wondered about that one, actually. The shout outs. Everyone's always shouting out, and especially, I mean, I'm going to say it right now, I think it's the Tidy Labs one that has the audible shout out every time someone gets an upvote. That's just super distracting to me. So I was always wondering, like, at what point do you stop? You know, if there's so many upvotes that you can't thank everyone, maybe at the end you do it, sort of thing. I guess there's ways around it, but that's
one of the things I like about Tidy Labs is he has a restrictor on there. So if it doesn't reach a certain amount, it doesn't kind of blow up your stream. It doesn't get broadcast on there.
Over media.
So you can kind of adjust that. If it's under a certain value amount, it's not going to get spammed. So if you get hit with like a curation trail, and I have I like my upvote, but sometimes it gets annoying and drawn out. If I get hit like a 30 upvote train, sometimes I want to shut off. So no, I agree, man.
Okay, all right.
For me, I always make a point of having the live chat up, and then that way it tells me if somebody's actually watching and upvoting rather than just upvoting from Steam or a curation trail. So that definitely holds it down. I don't have the TTS notifications. I used to have it to where it would say their name and whatnot. I turned that off largely because I don't want that interrupting my stream. Yeah, I have a little audible sound that it makes, and it's visual on the screen. But yeah, I get hit with the curation trails. Canna Curate, D-Live streamers, sometimes D-Unite, sometimes the Super Meat Boy German curation trail. I mean, there's times where we're talking 150 to 250 upvotes spread over a couple hours. You know, that's all the time. So I just do my best not to make it a distraction, especially when I'm doing the interview show. That's the last thing I want the viewers to hear is constant, thank you so-and-so for this, thank you so-and-so for that, you know.
Showbic upvote.
Exactly.
Tricky upvote.
How goes it, John?
Shit's annoying. Stop thanking me. Oh, I thought I was on mute.
It's going good. Nope. It's going good.
This rock upvote.
It's funny about you guys talking about the curation trail upvotes and things like that, because they're kind of going off right now. And I wonder, like, can you guys hear them when they go off on my stream? There's sometimes that you can, sometimes you can't with like different headphones. But I just like Yeah. So, all right. So here we go. How do you stop that, or how do you minimize the effect of that? Because I think it's because the setting is the audio goes through my headset.
Dan Biohacking Man made a splitter, figured out a splitter to where you can hear it. In your case, John, it may not make much of a difference.
Upvote.
But maybe reduce the sensitivity of the mic or reduce the headphone volume a little bit. I'm not really sure, but for most circumstances, in that case, Dan just posted a tutorial how to do it on OBS with voice meter, and that way only he can hear it, and then it doesn't go across his stream, and then that way he can play a game with the TTS in his ear, reading off the comment. And when in certain circumstances, when you're playing a game, you're too focused on that game to even have a chance to read it. So I think that gives a lot of opportunity for people that don't want it on their stream, but they still want to be able to hear it. And then if they didn't catch it, they can take a second to double check what it said.
I really like that, because that's the reason I use TTS, is because I'm not always watching my chat and I can hear it. So if I can separate that, that's killer, man. That's awesome.
Be sure to check it out, Dan Biohacking Man.
Very cool.
I actually shared it earlier.
Okay. On a separate post, or did you do it on a video?
I shared I re-steamed his post from about an hour and a half ago.
Nice. Sweet. Well, I'm checked in.
Howdy.
I just like what everyone says. I mean, I think it's a fascinating topic. So what I'm going to probably do end up is going back and listen to everyone's separate stream and hear what they say.
So, go ahead.
I think it's just important to listen and respond to feedback. That seems of worth. Obviously, not the trolls, but just to engage your audience. Really,
you're not going to get much of trolls here. That's the great thing about, at least so far.
All right, guys, we're coming back. I'm going to go into the other group. And see about that. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. I'm going to join breakout group 1 and see how they're doing.
Comes in to your chat and says, "Hey, I really enjoy watching you," or "What are you doing? How are you doing? What is this?" And those happen very rarely. Yeah.
Hey, I really enjoy watching you and what you're doing. How are you? You're one of my favorites.
You make a good point though, Indy, because even the most popular streamers, like a pretty good percentage of your viewer base is just going to be lurkers. Lurkers as in people who are there to watch you, but will most likely never talk in chat. But they're still there and watching the stream.
Yeah, and that's why it's even more important to realize that most of them are, as you said, lurkers, and you have to keep talking to them, because I look at it this way. You are sitting in a room where people are watching you, and nobody can interrupt you. Everybody is forced to listen to what you got to say, unless you have TTS in the chat or something. But you can make that happen. How awesome is that? You can just sit in your room, have a bunch of people sitting, watching you, and just listen to whatever you have to say. That doesn't happen too often in real life, I'd say.
Interesting perspective. I like that. Very nice.
So I had a couple more comments. Jinxie said that Indy, you've became both her and her son's favorite streamer on all platforms. That they even watched you sleep, which was boss. But
I thought that would come up, and
I was just gonna say you live streamed yourself sleeping.
Yes, I
That's
did.
some Art Nouveau stuff right there, man.
Actually, that goes back to what we talked about earlier about
setting schedules.
Setting schedules, exactly. So if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And this the latest one mishap of me falling asleep on my live stream was, I think it was last Saturday or something, last Friday night. Yeah, I was beat. I shouldn't have gone live at all, but I really wanted to. I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a stream. Yeah, let's go. I think it was 1.5 or 2 hours into the stream, I was just passing out, and I passed out. So, and the live stream altogether went for 10 hours. So I was sleeping for about 6 or 7 hours live on DLive. It's embarrassing, yes, but and that wouldn't be the most embarrassing part. The most embarrassing part about it was that when I woke up, in my chair like this. I just woke up and I was like, "Oh shit! I passed out in my chair again."
Do you see the green square button and you're like, oh?
No, I didn't. No. I didn't even notice that I was still live streaming. I was just like, okay, let's go get breakfast. So I got breakfast. I sat down in front of my computer. I was eating breakfast, watching some YouTube videos or something. And then I don't know at what point I actually watched the replay of that stream. I don't even think I actually realized that my stream was still going. I just saw, oh, OBS is open. Let's stop that. And that was not the first time that happened to me. So this was like a gentle reminder. Indy, please, if you can't stream, don't stream. Don't overwork. There's no need for that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my god. Hey dude, can you link us to that video?
Honestly, I was so embarrassed.
All right, guys, so I'm going back to the main session. I'm going to go into the other group, and I'm going to give them and tell them that I just did the other group 5 more minutes.
Anik 0 Gam 3 rupees upvote.
Thank you.
Treflo upvote.
Thank you.
And it's good. It works for me, and I just no complaints.
Cap Noster upvote.
Okay, nice. Well, now I got another one to try out, so that's good.
I think there's another one too. Is it like Streamlabs or something? There's another one that I've been seeing on the
You have gaming upvote.
Steam it Labs?
No, it's
something.
It might be something like that. Yeah.
I want to say it's Steam It Labs. I think that's the one Eban Kim uses.
But don't you have to like donate some Steam to it or something to be a part of it or something like that? Like they want you to pay to use it.
I'm not
that
sure.
That kind of turned me off. I'm like, I don't think
free. Give it to me free.
Oh yeah, Steam It Labs is. I think there's another one because I think the Streamlabs might be one too. Actually,
I think that one's for like more Mixer and Twitch and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
If you're talking like Streamlabs OBS,
Eterna upvote.
Is that possibly?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
you can use that for like Mixer and stuff like that. But there is another one, and I could be mistaken. I don't know if you have to pay for it, but there is another one on the platform that I've seen people use.
Oh, DUnite.tools is the other
upvote.
one I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm. So I thought these were plugins or sort of gadgets you could add to OBS.
All right, we got someone that just joined.
President Slabber upvote.
Want to make sure they can hear. Hey, Troll Dentist.
Oh, 1 sec. Let me fix my volume. What's up, man?
How's it going? Good. Thanks for coming in.
I don't want to echo this bad for y'all. 1 sec. All right.
Cool.
What are y'all chatting about tonight, man?
Live streaming.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Best practices of live streaming.
Yep. Don't do what I do in Indy. I fall asleep like him.
Oh yeah.
Upvote.
That's cool. Whose stream were you listening to before you decided to hop in?
Oh, Patrick's.
Or watching Patrick's? Okay. I'm
Gotta
gonna
love
bring
that bluegrass Bitcoin guy.
Heck yeah.
Naruchi upvote.
I'm gonna give them a message, just tell them that we're gonna bring them back from the breakout groups. So we'll kind of discuss what everyone talked about in their separate groups, and then we'll do another round.
Oh, sweet.
So let me message them and get everyone right back.
Yeah, I love. I've been involved with crypto for about 8.5 years now. So, sold a tech business a few years ago, but
okay.
No one listened to me on a coin called Metaverse, and if you look it up, the last 3 months it's gone about 6x, while everything else is gone down.
Floundering. Yeah.
And now it's coin 42, and it was 250.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's a lot. People don't understand. It's the technology behind it. It's not the coin and the marketing and shit. That's all shenanigans and stuff that companies that are big corporate companies that are centralized do.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look for the actual decentralized one.
The news.
I like that. So
and the technology, but they took Ethereum and Neo, and then they made it so the Chinese could code on top of it, and which they code in digits, not in alphanumerical, and that's a huge deal because the Chinese, are the developers. There's more Chinese developers than there are Americans.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna I want to invite you to come onto our morning coin show when we feature a coin that you're interested in, to have you come in and talk about it, because I think your perspective there and with how long you've been doing this stuff would be definitely a value add if you're interested.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we can stream anytime, man. I've got a guy, XF Perez, that works for me, and we've got it set up so we can stream at our office as well.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, everyone's coming back now. I just gave them the notification, so they should probably be hitting it, and then it actually ends them in a minute if they don't listen or if they don't join back. So we'll have everyone coming back, do a debrief, and then break out again.
Is this are there any
Over
rules
media
on this
upvote.
stuff?
Any what?
Rules?
Yeah.
Hockey upvote.
There are rules, actually. It's like
I didn't read them.
whoever comes are the right people. Whatever happens is the only thing that can happen. It's over when it's over, and I forget the last one. But
it ends
like,
when it ends.
It ends
So-
when
so-
it ends.
There it is.
It's okay for me to smoke weed.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Games
About
choice
anybody.
You
upvote.
haven't watched the show before, have you?
Don't eat an apple fruit.
Well,
whatever you do.
I was gonna say,
I'm
we're all,
not gonna
we're all
lie.
still gonna be there, right?
I have watched the show, but not for too long because I'm usually very inebriated, probably.
Nice.
Yeah, I am too.
Upvote.
Oh my
And-
god.
By the time
What do we have going on here?
I almost ate a cookie before the show started, but I was like,
everybody should be back.
Great big internet. There's room for all.
Everybody should be back.
Justice
so
Man
we've also
upvote.
got just real quick here with the
I'm just showing everybody all of our non-video participants.
upvote.
yeah, exactly. I was just gonna that's
We
what I
got
was
Johnny
looking for.
Clearwater here, and Narashi's here. Sean S. Porter must be
WT
doing
upvote.
something.
Johnny's here.
Yeah, I was talking, right, and then we got transferred over.
Oh, I mean the one you
Nice
can't
to
see.
say that
Ah.
Johnny was making a point.
see-
if
I
we
see
could just let him
TDG.
finish.
Uh-oh.
I see Eric.
Did everybody get my warning that I was stopping the groups in a minute?
Yep.
And then I gave you a minute
Yeah.
and a half?
Little automated thing came
That was
in.
so nice. We got to do a little
Shag
plug.
upvote.
Well,
You're a heck of an MC, Mr. Spalding. I got
oh, thank you. Thank you. So on that note, let's MC this, and then we'll get into round two afterwards. But so really, the next part is just a
Disrupt
group
upvote.
discussion. Is what'd you hear? What did you share, or what did you learn? You can answer any or all of those questions. I think probably the best way to do it would be to just quickly go around and let's hear from everybody. What did you hear? What did you share? What did you learn? And we'll see what kind of comes up. So we'll just kind of go through and everyone kind of take their turn for 30 seconds to a minute and then see what comes up after that.
Sure.
Cool. I think, yeah, we touched on some pretty good stuff, man. So, and Narashi has the notes,
He's full game
unfortunately.
upvote.
But one of the things that first came up, and I thought
upvote.
it was super important, important was, okay. So what are some of the pitfalls in streaming? The thing that everybody kind of came to a consensus about and agreed upon,
Tazbaz
like
upvote.
violently shaking their heads on, was these being unreasonable with scheduling. And I think
the Shelvar upvote.
we can't emphasize that enough, because you don't want to overdo yourself either, right? So Indie 8 Fish, for example, has a philosophy of just jumping on whenever he feels like it. And he'll do it at least once a day. But there is no set time to do that, right? It'll just be whenever it happens, whenever the feeling's there. Yeah, so if you don't do those things, or if you have these unreasonable schedules, then you have the possibility of falling asleep on stream. and yeah, and Eric, no way. Oh my God, Eric, you're on mute, dude. If you're talking,
Eric, you too. What happens if you run out of Adderall?
Yeah, I definitely have came to the point where I said, if I'm going to stream one more minute, I'm falling asleep. I also fell asleep during the last, thanks for watching screen. I fell asleep for that. I woke up and it said, you've been streaming for 13 hours. And I said, no, I haven't. Oh, I guess I have. Luckily, my mic and screen were off, but mic and video, everything was off. I literally just fell asleep in this chair.
Nebula
and still streaming.
Yeah, that happens.
So
but that's funny because we kind of got we talked about schedule.
Nice. Did you?
Not necessarily as a pitfall, but just as and like Rook said, was if you don't feel like streaming, don't stream. It's very important to be enjoying what you're doing because people are going to find that out really quick. So definitely balance. To your point, balance for sure.
Yeah, and Narashi, I know you had. I know, and I don't want to take the stage here. I know everybody else should give their 2 cents, but we had some other just key points on some stuff that was said. You just, I don't know, maybe want to touch on that?
Well, so I actually got pulled out of the room to go, and so I have most of the notes that I have were from the other room that I got pulled into, because there were so many bullet points coming up at once. You guys kind of went into more detail. I don't have as many notes for you guys. I basically have what you said about unreasonable scheduling. Yep.
Yeah, no worries. Chiren, Indie 8 Fish, Pat, you guys want to mention anything else that you thought was important on either the pitfalls of streaming or some best practices?
Well, in terms of best practices, I guess there was just keeping the interaction going. Because
live streamers
a live stream with no interaction is basically not a live stream. Yes, that's like the short way to say it.
And also, to add to that point, I made a point of saying that when you are live streaming and you see those numbers like going up and down of your live viewers, there's always some people coming in and jumping out. So what I've been trying to do is trying to say hello and welcome to the stream every now and then, because there are always new people jumping in, and they would like to feel welcome in my stream. I would like for them to feel welcome. And the other point was, imagine a room where you are sitting with 5, 10, 15, 20 people watching you, and there's no person in the room that can ever interrupt you. So you can just speak whatever you want, speak your mind, say things, talk about stuff, and nobody will ever interrupt you. Imagine how awesome that is, to be in a room where people are just watching you, listening to you, and nobody can interrupt you. So just keep talking.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Good stuff,
guys.
Yeah. Unless it's the point that Johnny Clearwater mentioned. If you are playing with your friends and you are going to be talking to your friends while you are playing your game, you're not going to be talking to your chat too much because you are in the zone, you are in the game, and I think it's just nice if you can let your audience know in your stream description or in the first message of the chat that you're going to be doing that.
Yeah. And then lots of people will still watch, just because, especially if it's a good conversation or a good game or whatnot. I mean, the content will be out there. Yeah.
That's the other part that we touched on too, was just personal interaction, really narrowing it down to calling people by their name. That way they feel like they're personally welcomed into the audience as well.
Nice. Yeah. We also touched upon rewatching the stream. That's what Eric brought up, just to improve and see, if there's anything you need to eliminate, cut the fat, that sort of thing. So I thought that was good.
Yeah, interesting. I always, I've gone back and watched a couple of my streams. I always play it back in like 2x speed, just so I could see where the pauses are or stuff like that. I mean, I've gotten a little bit more comfortable watching myself and talking and all that good stuff. So it's not as weird anymore. It was, a couple of years ago. Jesus. There's nice. There's a persona.
Seek Barto upvote.
We're talking about
Seek
schedules
Barto
being
upvote.
important too, and we had someone mention that it's really important to stick to that schedule, but then I can't remember who brought up the point that you don't want to stream don't stream if you don't feel like it. So I'm wondering if what's the difference there? What's the clash? How important is it to stick to it no matter what? If it's something that's a schedule, and there's lots of people that are going to.
I guess it starts by setting a schedule that you can stick to.
Yes.
Because if you're promising to your viewers that you're going to be there at a certain time at a certain date and you're not there, then that's way worse than just not having a schedule and doing like Indy does and just going live whenever he feels like it, because then people don't have like that expectation that you're going to be there and then like be disappointed. That's like a really important thing. So it's like there's a balance to strike, but it's also about setting the right expectation for your audience to not disappoint them, I guess.
For sure, yeah.
If you were a chatterbait model, which I prefer to think of as performers, I would say gain followers, market yourself effectively, engage your viewers. The only actual metric being tokens per hour average, whatever the equivalent of that is in this sort of a system of commerce. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you do? What are you talking about, cams and stuff? Just curious, like, what do you know about that industry?
Oh, I study communication and human-computer interaction, among other things.
Okay, I was just curious. You seem very intelligent.
I was on Chatterbait for a while. I couldn't make any money. Yeah. So
we'll talk some.
Okay.
Rocky, stop.
No, but I mean, what I'm saying is that these ideas can transfer in a way. I mean, if you just think about it. So.
Yep. Well, if we're on the topic of streaming, there's one point, if my dog will shut up, that I would like to make. The big thing about D-Live to me, why it's a big game changer, is think about if Ninja or just anyone, a big one, was to come, they could then market themselves instead of being handcuffed by Twitch to the big media companies, run their own ads whenever they want. That's the big game changer. Come on, Rocky.
Clarify, elaborate. Hi, dog.
Well, okay, so say, Twitch, they run his ads for him. He gets a small percentage of that.
It's a minute percentage.
If he could go, yeah, it's very minute. What if he could go straight to, the whoever Marvel, they're putting a big movie out, and Marvel can pay them half of what they're paying Twitch, but he's making 100 times that, and there's no regulation, so I can run my own commercials whenever I want. But what we need to do is make. Oh my! We'll have to finish this later. I live on 3rd floor, and my dog. I gotta.
At least he was considerate.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. No worries. That's fine.
What about the guy in the helmet?
Who is that?
Does he have anything?
Weirdo.
Do you have any?
I'm lurking today, man.
Lurking?
All right.
We were talking about lurkers in the stream, so I figured.
It's true.
I say so much shit most of the time when I chime in that it's all right. It's all right for me to lurk once in a while. I do. Hey, like I said though, I do have a new website.
Average guy upvote.
Do tell.
So I found I don't want to necessarily call it a front end, but it's a website store that utilizes Steam Connect. So you only use SBD or Steam.
Interesting.
But for everybody that's streaming, what they sell is Steam game keys for the cheap. So for everybody that's a PC gamer, they all know what Steam is. Steam, the gaming website.
Right.
So you can buy Steam
the other
game
Steam.
keys. Right, the other Steam with an A.
Okay.
You can buy Steam
Crypto
game
Moon,
keys.
upvote.
Does this website start with a G?
No, it starts with a D.
Interesting.
As in, D everything.
Crypto Moon,
It's D
upvote.
Gameland. dgameland.com.
Interesting.
Going now.
Yeah,
Now
you
I know
can-
of G2A.com, which is
Right. So this is a Steam Connect version of that.
Okay. Oh.
So it's exactly like that. You can buy and sell your Steam game keys on this site. But I know that we have a lot of streamers on here that play games. We have a lot of streamers that are from poorer countries.
Okay.
All right, and don't necessarily have a lot of money to spend on new games to play. D Game Land. I mean, I tested it the first day I found it. I found it earlier this week. I picked up 4 little indie games for 0.4 Steam. I spent 0.1 Steam for each game. And they said as soon as you do the transaction through Steam Connect, they send you an encrypted memo to your wallet and Steam it that has the game key, and you drop it right into Steam with an A, and the game's there, man.
Now, is this your site? Did you build it?
No,
it's a good idea.
I found it this week.
I got you. Right.
I as a game developer, I have my feelings in regards to key sale places.
Sure.
I'm not a huge supporter of it, but I do understand the benefit of people saving money. I do understand the benefit of people needing to be able to get games for cheap, especially, like I said, we have a lot of foreigners on DLive, and maybe they don't have a lot of money. And I'm always about any initiatives that, utilize our currency, except for SBD. Fuck that, waste of time. But it does use Steam Connect. You can purchase these. You can.
Is it me?
No, it's not. It's him.
No, he disappeared.
He's back to lurk status.
It's all good. Well, I learned something.
That's interesting. Yeah. I tried to look it up and didn't quite get what he was saying the website was, but it was...
I think it's dgameland.com.
Yep,
dgameland. I actually, it's funny because I heard of it this week.
Oh, okay. That's how it works, right? You learn about something or get a new car and then you see it or hear it all over.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
That was awesome. I already found at least 2 or 3 games that I'm gonna buy from there. that I want to play.
Does anybody know who started it or who's involved with it? That's on Steam.
Actually, no. I've been trying to.
We should, yeah. We
figure
should
that out.
Yeah.
Unless they
honestly, I don't care.
Well, maybe.
Right.
I just want those games.
Are there any other? Not that I don't want to talk about dgameland.com anymore. But did anyone else not share from the breakout stuff?
I think we talked about tools and resources, but that was before the breakout group, right?
Yeah,
like
if your breakout group didn't get to it,
right? Yeah, we didn't get to it.
Then yeah, you didn't. Did the other group, Sean? Did your group get the tools and resources?
Yeah, we did actually.
What came up for you guys?
So for us, we went over. There's 3 or 4 actually that we came across or came up with that we think are ones that are worth using or checking out. The main ones we were talking about were Tidy Labs, and Eric, just go ahead and let us know what that other one was because I never wrote it down or anything.
Zigment,
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the 2. It sounds like that are kind of at least equal, and everyone's got their things they like about one or the other, but those are the 2 that are most popular for tools and such.
And Don't worry, Chiron. We didn't forget about DUnite tools. We did talk about that.
But I guess I should probably say it while I have people listening. Like DUnite tools hasn't really been maintained lately. Like DUnite, the curation group is going strong, but because Vim is taking so much of my time, like the DUnite tools is not really my priority. Like we've been fixing a few bugs here and there, but it's not really getting updated as much as it was when we first started it.
I can tell you the one thing that I keep hearing that I really like about it, that I see it on people's streams that use it, is it uses the content from the DLive chat. So if somebody is upvoting within DLive, that pops up on your chat, on the on-screen chat, and then also donations, which I don't think Tidy's does, and I know Zigmund's doesn't.
Right, and donations are a little bit tricky in the way that you have to pull the info.
No, hold on there for a second, Eric. You just gave me this ring today on my stream. Didn't you see the notification on screen?
That's a black ring, not gold.
I didn't. Did yours pop up? Which notification do you use?
Yeah, I'm using Zigmund. I have two separate upvote notifications for upvotes and for gifts.
Oh.
And I had that on my screen.
I didn't notice. We'll talk.
We'll talk. I'm sorry, I'm just a huge fan of Zigmund tool because when he first started out, I was one of his first testers. He used his tools. He was upgrading his tools and he tested it on my streams. And I tested his tools on my streams early on.
Yeah, that's usually the one I recommend to people.
So yeah, that was pretty much just it. Let's see, was there any other notes? As far as I brought up the idea that the audible upvote alerts, that's definitely something you want to question whether it's appropriate to use if you're interviewing someone, especially someone not used to the platform. Definitely want to maybe not use those, or you can customize the level of them as well. So that was the other thing we kind of talked about in specificity. But other than that, yeah, just we're talking about the different places to find tools.
With and that reminds me that Dan Biohacking Man produced a tutorial video today as far as how to split that to where you can have it to where only you hear the TTS, and that's pretty effective when you're playing a game that you can't pay a whole lot of attention to the chat, but you don't want it to interrupt it for the viewers.
Exactly. Good point. Thank you for remembering that.
Is Johnny back yet?
He for a minute, and then he.
Okay, so he wasn't able to come back. So Narashi's sharing her screen.
I realized that that's the guy that does the hots or shots thing.
There you go.
Yep.
I checked him out. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
I like that.
I'm waiting for him to come to Seattle.
One-on-one.
Right. And he travels to where they're at. Oh, that's pretty cool too.
Well, I didn't realize that. The last guy, I believe, I looked him up. He was in Austin. Interesting.
Yep.
I should invite him to Latvia.
There you go.
I think it's like his work takes him and he just finds people at the places he's going.
That makes sense.
I think, yeah. So it's like you just got to be like, get lucky.
Right. That would make sense.
Yeah.
And was Narashi going to check in or is just screen sharing so we can check out the notes?
Yeah, I just figured I'd drop it in here for a couple minutes. Let
That's
you guys
awesome.
look at it.
Thank you.
Was there anything that stood out to you, Narashi, that you'd like to repeat of anything that you heard between the two groups?
Just under Pitfalls where it says the dreaded accidental mic mute. I cannot tell you guys how many times Gone Rogue has started a stream and been talking for like 15 minutes and then realized no one could hear him the whole time. So that one just, it rung a bell. It's
disheartening. Like you're on a roll and then you look down and you know that not only has your audience not heard you, but you also know it's not recorded either. So you're just screwed either way.
Yeah, that was something that we touched base on and we talked about a bit with the muted mic. I think we've all fallen victim to that. something that I shared with our group was when I first started out streaming, I would keep a checklist of stuff to do prior to going live. I don't do it anymore. And it's not that, I mean, sometimes shit happens, but for new streamers to start out, you could even take a Post-it note, put it beside your computer, or just use WordPad on your computer and just check that list off right before you go live. And that'll kind of help prevent the dreaded mic mute.
True. Good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Johnny's back. Go ahead.
There's a ton of other streamers on here. Do you guys have any other like solutions to that?
Well, there's something I wanted to point out was, do y'all have an instant replay solution for like people who do gameplay? Because I was looking at Boom TV and I downloaded it today, but I haven't ever messed around with it, and I didn't know if any other experienced streamers had a replay solution for their streams.
You mean like something like an instant replay where you can replay like a short clip that you just played in game?
Oh yeah, like
because I think I saw someone release a plugin for OBS on Steam like just this week. I
Just
think
a couple days ago. I can't remember who did it.
I think it's Spreadfire.
Yeah, I think you're right. I shared it. Yeah, that's awesome. I haven't dug into that, but certainly that would be very useful for a lot of people.
Wait, so you guys are saying there's a way to create like short clips through OBS of your live stream?
Yes.
Well, it's like a thing. Like if you have like a fun moment in game, you can go back and have an instant replay on stream. Like in a sports event or whatever.
In real time, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
Oh, that's cool. I could see that being cool.
Is that kind of like something that the the NVIDIA program that kind of installs itself on PCs where it has like a shadow play or whatever, where it'll capture like certain kills or like an achievement or something like that? Is that what that does, or is that something that you have to control yourself?
I think to point that out, yeah, that you can use your NVIDIA experience to like press certain keys and your last 5 minutes of your gameplay would be recorded.
Okay. Because I think the one I referred to is an OBS plugin. I'm not sure how it works. I think you make like a separate scene and it delays the playback for like a minute or something, so you can have instant replays. I'm not sure how it works, but
that's still cool. I mean, there's so much to learn about OBS. I don't even think I've scratched the surface of it. I'm always trying to learn more about it, and that's a really cool plugin, man. I'm gonna look into that
for sure.
I only recently actually found out that OBS has inbuilt timer script, and also I wanted to touch upon the importance of having timers on your live streams, because well, first of all,
yeah, please tell me. I'm very interested.
Yeah, so first of all, the importance of having timers on your streams. We just talked about having a checklist of what you need to do before you start streaming. So you can do that, or you can launch your stream, set a 10-minute timer, which gives you time to check if everything's working. Double click your camera scene, check if your camera is looking okay, check if this or that is working, and you do all your last minute checkups before you go live, as you are already live. And also, if you go on a little break, like you say, yeah, I'm gonna go use the restroom, get a new cup of tea, set a timer to whatever, 5, 7, 10 minutes, go away. Those people who come in and see that you are on a break, they see, oh, you just leave a message. Be right back, making tea. Here's the timer. I'll be back whenever the timer runs out, or sooner, whatever. So the timers are really important. They because people like to be informed. If they come in and see like a random stream just starting soon, or be right back, when is that gonna happen? If you have a timer, not only do you inform people that are watching your stream, you also put a tiny little pressure maybe to, I need to get back, or I need to get started, or okay, let's just get ready. Let's go on with the show. That sort of thing. That's
or even on the flip side of you can allow yourself 5 minutes. If you might normally have just been in and out in a minute or two, maybe you'd say, okay, I got 2 minutes left on the timer. All right, because it's definitely you definitely use energy when you stream, even if it isn't anything different. It's just your on or off screen, and it's different. So sometimes you just got to refresh a little bit.
2 more minutes, and then we're shifting gears. And if everyone stops talking, then it'll be 30 seconds.
I actually have a question that maybe some of you guys might be able to answer regarding OBS and my Logitech webcam. I don't know if it's just me or if it's other people, but every time I open OBS and I have to reset my camera settings, Logitech, the settings, they don't stay. I usually I have it captured down to where I slide my bars with my sharpness and contrast and the white balance and all that, but it never stays. I always have to constantly plug it in every time I open up OBS. Does anybody know a solution to that?
I have the same problem, but no.
It only ever stays for me, not consistently, but it stays if I put my computer to sleep and not shut it down completely. Then there is a chance that the settings will stay. apart from the white balance being set on automatic, and yeah, maybe sometimes some other stuff, but yeah, most of the time you just have to reset that manually.
For me, as long as I don't start the Logitech app, the settings are going to be fine. It's whenever the app automatically starts, when Windows starts, it resets the settings. So once I turn that off, it seems to be okay.
I didn't think about that. It might start on automatically. I might be in my settings. I'll have to check that out. I appreciate it.
Like it'll start up every time you plug the camera in, sort of thing.
Or it's set to start up when Windows start up.
Oh, okay.
In my experience, Logitech associates itself with certain applications, and so when you launch those applications, it'll grab Logitech. That's just what I've noticed. And sometimes it'll do a poor job of it. It'll bring up Logitech like with "Where's my right light setting" or something like that. You see what I'm saying? That's just my experience, informal, anecdotal.
All right, I think we're ready for round 2.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I think you guys can see this. Everyone else can now. We're going to go and just do another quick breakout, and we're going to consider these questions in your discussion. What's next for live streamers, or what's possible? Same thing for the second one. What can be done with simulcasting? And content creation. It would be nice if there was a show that. So these are questions, obviously, as you guys can tell, just a little bit more creative. And so you just kind of go in and have a conversation around what could be possible or what bubbles up for you when you read those questions. So you guys can just chat for a minute, and then in about a minute after I get these groups set up, I will go ahead and just send everyone. I'll give you guys a notice when we're gonna go.
What's next for live streamers?
I had thunderstorms going on. It's not going to.
Rook 81 upvote.
Oh, good old thunderstorms.
Yeah, they're heading your way, Rook.
Yeah, we had some earlier, man.
Yeah, they're cruising that direction. It was lighting up the whole sky for like 2-3 hours, but no rain or anything, no thunder. And then all of a sudden, it just was downpouring out there, and then that's when my shit just cut off. I'm not used to seeing you with the background, Rook.
Oh yeah, I usually have my green screen up. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, man, D Game Land. It's totally worth checking out for guys that are streaming games. I was really impressed when I came across it. Super simple function. It's one of those too. Like I buy games on Humble Bundle and stuff like that, and
Right.
you know, every once in a while when I do, I'll end up with a game that I already have. You know what I mean? That's a great example of a time where you could just go post that Steam key up there, and meanwhile you're helping drive our own currency, our own economy. So.
Oh, right. So I didn't see. So you can actually sell your extra keys there.
Yeah, you can. You
That's
buy
cool.
and sell. Buy and sell Steam keys there. And super cheap, really. I mean, like I said, I bought 4 indie games, and each of them were 0.1 Steam apiece. The transaction took a minute. Like I said,
Book
as
81,
quick as our
upvote.
blockchain works. Steam Connect confirmed the transaction, and about 30 seconds later, that key memo was in my Steemit wallet, encrypted too, by the way, so nobody else can see them.
Best guess is I think Furby may be the one behind that shop. They registered the account with a non-Steam, and the last person to send funds to a non-Steam prior to that was Furby. No guarantee, of course, because it's a non-Steam, but
I found it because we did that game jam recently, where we did the Steam Monsters game jam, and one of the sub contests was Steam GG had a sub contest for that. So like if you made an HTML5 version of the game and uploaded it to their site, then they did their own ranking, which we won first place, by the way, which was pretty badass. Our little game,
Nice.
150 Steam.
Nice.
My son, look. I came up with the concept. I helped design the enemy AI. My son programmed the entire thing in 18 hours. The artwork was done by Lunatic Moon, which is a Steemian, and Big Red, a D-Liver, did the audio for it. But it was 18 hours worth of work. We had 6 other games we competed
Indie
against.
8 fish, upvote.
And yeah, we took first place. But Steam GG, I was going to their Steam
Indie 8
page
fish,
to
upvote.
keep looking at the votes and see how we were doing. And they had re-steamed a post, and that's how I found that website. So I figured I'd test it out. And as soon as I saw that it worked, like I said, that happened this week, I was looking forward to the Steam pile so I could come tell you guys about it.
Hey, real quick, Johnny. Now, when I'm looking at it right now, and I see a title like Mafia 2 on here, and it shows 42 offers. Now, is this like a bid war? Is people bidding on it?
It's 42. It's 42 people are offering a key for sale.
Oh, okay.
Oh, of that. Oh.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a bid war.
Yeah,
type thing.
it confused me as well when I very first checked it out, because I tried clicking on offer. I thought maybe I had to, and then it was asking me to put in a key, and I was like, oh, okay. So offers is how many people are offering that key for sale.
Gotcha.
So that's when like if there's 42 of them, you'll be able to see a list of prices. One could be, 2 Steam. One could be 4 Steam. Blah 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 blah.
So there's a way you could probably catch some pretty good Steam summer sales, buy some games, and some on here and make a little bit of steam.
I bet you could. I bet you could. But I mean, like I think of it more, as I said, I like any initiative that helps drive our economy here. But I think of it more along the lines of when I'm buying some stuff in bulk and I end up with something that I don't need. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of streamers on here. I've become a real big fan of Daniel Cosmos and JC Kento. And, these guys are in Venezuela. They don't make a fortune over there. And, it's nice to be able to give them, hey, look, here's an opportunity for you guys to pick up some games on the cheap, just something that's how I look at it. Like, I don't really think about it for the money making side of it. I just hooked up Daniel Cosmos with like 4 or 5 Steam keys the other day for a bunch of different games.
All right, guys. Breakout groups are starting. You guys have a minute.
Yeah, people out there need some help.
Click.
They need a deal. Good for you.
I'm just curious what happened with the Steam at blockchain yesterday.
Hard fork 20.
Accidental?
Wasn't it?
No. Near zero go upvote.
I actually know a lot about what happened, but
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's see. Is that decentralized then? That's my whole. I don't know if y'all want to have this discussion right now or not, but.
I want to have it as soon as possible. I'm curious.
I mean, do you think Steam is decentralized?
No, of course not. Not completely.
No.
But it is more than a lot of the platforms that we have today.
Well, more than Ripple, barely. But.
Well, Ripple, yeah. I wouldn't even consider. I wouldn't even put Ripple on the list, man.
I wouldn't buy Ripple for a tenth of a penny ever. But Steam it will go down, in my opinion, as the greatest something of all time.
What is Breakout Room 2? I'm getting a thing on my.
That's where you're going.
Oh, yeah.
That's where
I was just waiting for
in
us to
30 seconds. Yep.
Do y'all move me or?
Yeah, you're moved.
I can either click it in or.
Don't stick me with that fucking Patrick Ulrich guy, dude.
I'll move you if you're.
Don't worry.
With him. Oh yeah.
You're safe.
I only hang out with his husband, man. That's it.
Oh man.
All right, so what do? I just click join?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And you're out. All right, and now everybody's gone. It's back down to me. What's up, everybody? I didn't go to a room. Narashi's AirPad didn't go to a room. We're gonna go and check in on them on the down low. Not really, because I left my camera on. Excuse me. And we'll see how they're doing in a second. So, welcome to the Steeming Pile. This is the John Spalding version. We appreciate you guys being here. You can say hi in chat. It'll come up. We'll have a record of it. If you're watching and you haven't called in yet, but you want to, that number in the lower third, over that way. Call into that number, or you can just type in zoom.us in your web browser and hit the 468-186-430 and come on in. I see Gone Rogue is already in there looking and going through the questions. Excuse me. I hope I don't pull an indie and fall asleep while everyone's in their breakout group. I'm going to go in there and just check in on them and see what they come up with. And we'll check in on them live. I know Narashi's in there as well. We'll move her around, taking notes. And we'll kind of go from there. So, let's go invade some groups.
Been doing it for a couple of years, but for those who are more veterans, like, how do you guys see it evolving, or what's important to make sure that it is integrated for it to evolve into, I don't know, who knows?
Entertainment value. That's why people watch TV, is for the entertainment value that it produces, you know. And some of these overlays we produce are way better than what, you know, news companies have been doing, because they're doing the same shit for 20 years.
Right.
And they don't change, you know. So that's my point. Entertainment value, I mean, it's just people want to be entertained. That they pay for entertainment every day. So.
I'm going to bang this one out so I can shut up. You know, so for any given project, there's the concept and the execution, right? To my thinking, video cam chat is as likely as interactive, especially point to point, where it's duplex. I can chat with you, Rogue, or I can chat with you, Spalding. This is about as richly interactive as it's going to get until we get to virtual reality. So
absolutely.
back to the given project, and the concept and the execution. It seems to me that we're not going to do something all that new or innovative, as far as I think that maybe you can present things differently, but really, where are the unique ideas? Where is the original thinking? You know what I mean? So at that point, it becomes all about presentation. You know, I think you can we'll see new innovative ways of camming, but they won't be doing anything that hasn't been done before. You see what I'm saying? You can be camming from the sidewalk, or let's only cam from hot dog stands outside of clubs at 2 a.m. on a Friday or Saturday. I'm just throwing that out there so you can understand what it is that I'm getting at. My guess is that you'll see innovative ways of camming, but what it is they'll be doing, it's not like it's without precedent, or it hasn't been done in some way before.
Has any a boss ever enforced that their workers, like say in my office, I could make them have to live stream their daily jobs?
Bingo. So that's the deal. That to me, right? It's not so much the topic; it's the treatment. It's not so much the subject; it's the presentation. That would be my guess. That and a bunch of technological bells and whistles that'll come and go, and the ones that have real utility will hang around, and the ones that don't will fall by the wayside. So I'll shut up and let you guys just really seriously let's spitball here. Throw some spaghetti at the wall. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's I like what you're saying, and I think it's true, because I think we're still a ways away from having any kind of VR type live streaming. Although some of the concerts that I've liked to or that I've tuned into, not that I've tuned into many, but the ones that I have tuned into have had this, your 360 cam. And then you're able to look at the entire audience while somebody's playing live on stage or something, which I thought was fascinating because I've always been like an observer, right? So I love looking at the surroundings and stuff. So anyways, on the topic of like future aspects of live streaming, I think that would be super fascinating. Is 360 and VR. I look forward to the days that shit gets integrated. Seriously. Anything else, guys? On what's next for live streamers? So, what is important? All you guys are live streamers. We are live streamers. You guys think of things? Yeah, go ahead, Indy.
I'd like to say. In connection with live streamers on DLive, what's next? I think it's very easy to see what's next if you follow the Discord of the platform itself. If I'm pretty sure you have all noticed that lately, DLive is encouraging live streamers to promote their live streams on mainstream social media. Twitter,
Yep.
Facebook, whatever, and have a mention of the official DLive pages on said platforms, social media platforms, and that will increase your chance of getting rewarded by the DLive. But that's not the point. What's next for us as DLive live streamers is getting DLive out to mainstream social media. Something which I have been kind of reluctant to doing.
Yeah, interesting you say that. So why are you reluctant?
I don't know if anybody else feels like that. It could be just me, but I was very happy to have found my place on DLive because that was something separate from my mainstream social media, where all my friends, my I don't know, high school teachers that are on my Facebook connections, like my employees, my colleagues, and all those other people will now suddenly see what I am doing outside of work, what I am doing outside of studying, what I'm doing. And I'm not sure I want to. That's like one of the main reasons why I'm not streaming on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, even for that matter. I don't really feel like doing that. I don't really feel like going out there and, hey guys, by the way, I'm playing video games and that's what I do on my free time. Or I'm, I don't know, playing guitar on live stream, which I haven't done as much as I should. But like, I don't know.
Interesting.
It could be just me.
Yeah.
No, it's not just you. Sorry.
Yeah,
but
you're good.
I actually just asked DLive yesterday or today because an ESP might know about this if he knows anything about Chatterbait, to implement geo blocking from a certain IP. Say I want to block 100-mile zip code of people so they can't view my live stream.
Back to that image thing I mentioned. Go ahead.
I have employees and just family and stuff that this is my personal life. It's not, I don't want to promote this to them, necessarily. So that's something that, I'm on the exact same page with you, Indy. Like, I won't do my social media with it because it's just not, it's something I want to share with them at this. All right, guys. So I'm going back to the main session. I'm going to move Narashi into the next one. And then we'll give them a couple more minutes and I'm going to go over to that. So we'll move her to 1 without any notice. And we'll move the AirPad over there too, and then we're gonna go join number 2.
But it is important.
You got to keep in mind too that, hey, look, remember I was saying I painted one section for where I stream. Look, my wife fucking hates me right now. You got to remember timing is really important too. All right, you know, what if 2 days ago you convinced a streamer like Ninja to come over here, and then he came over here yesterday?
And yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a good point.
You know, it's one of those things. You all have to realize that we are still in a beta phase. All of us. You know, D-Live could say to themselves and this community, hey, look, we're good. But the simple fact is the Steam blockchain's not 100% yet. And if it's not, then D-Live isn't, regardless if that's their fault or not. So bringing too many people over too soon isn't necessarily a great idea in the first place either. So timing's really important to that.
And you know, the more that we talk about it, the more I totally agree with you, Johnny, because I was starting to stream on YouTube, but it's so crowded. There's just so many options. It's like I was like, fuck it, what am I doing? I'm just spinning my wheels, and they're just gonna kick me off. I was streaming with John and other people. We were having problems. We were having to remake our channels. You know, it's bullshit. So when I invited by John to come over. This cool new thing. It's on the blockchain. I mean, it's just I like the fact that it's like we're building something and we're the ones.
But that's the thing is we're pioneers, and a lot of us have that pioneer mindset. You know what I mean? We understand that we're going to go through some rough patches here. But think about, you know, imagine if you were able to join YouTube when YouTube started, already knowing what YouTube was going to become. This is that type of opportunity you have. You know, they went through a lot of rough patches when YouTube first launched. So did Twitch. Twitch used to suck when it very first came out. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But guys stuck it out. And they're the ones that are killing it there now. And that's that point that I was getting at is, you know, you have that pioneer mindset. And that's a great benefit to you. That's a huge perk that you have of getting yourself established on this platform before you bring over the big fish.
Right. Yeah.
I'm curious. I just got in. I was curious if Sharon had said anything about Vim TV and his platform.
Nothing.
No, we got carried out with some other stuff.
So I'm curious to hear about yours and kind of like how that came about and what your kind of thinking is on what's next and things like that.
Well, so right now, basically, what we're looking to do is because we don't want to be dependent of the Steam blockchain. I can't remember who said that earlier, but basically what's happening right now with most of the apps that are built on the Steam blockchain is because Steam isn't really like a final product yet, and it's far from being that. We don't want to rely 100% of that, so we're looking into ways to sort of branch out and maybe get some users from outside of the Steam community, and maybe also at the same time, you know, show them what Steam is all about and what they can do with it. So that's like the one thing we're really focusing on right now.
Okay, cool. No, I appreciate that. I think it's interesting because kind of like it goes off with what Johnny said is like we're in beta, everything's in beta, and we're all experimenting. So finding out what works, what doesn't, and I like that aspect of having more of an aspect off the blockchain. And you guys are saying that you're an alpha.
Right, yeah, and basically what we want to do is like the Steam features are there. You can use them. If you don't have a Steam account, you can still use the app. But, you know, there's going to be those features that you can only use if you have a Steam account. But, you know, it's a good way for people who know nothing about Steam to see, oh, wow, I can do all these things. I can get upvotes that are worth money. Wow, what's this? I want to look into this. So that's that kind of we're trying to create that kind of a introduction for people to the Steam blockchain.
So is Vim yours? Is Vim something you work with?
Yeah, I'm a developer for Vim.
Right on. I've heard of it because of Forever Average, the streamer Forever Average.
You're muted.
Oh, yep, you just went mute.
There you go. Yeah, it's basically it's me and Forever Average with some other people that are helping us. Captain is doing some I don't know how you would call it, consultancy work.
Okay. Nice. Oh,
ooh, look at that.
Boom.
Oh man, I feel even better that I break his balls about using it now in his streams.
I've wanted to.
Oh, that was you, right? I think I remember that.
I fuck with him all the time. He'll start streaming, and if he gets lippy with me, I go send like 87 cents to Smart Market so he gets stream sniped with 187 votes for a penny.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's awesome.
He's really feeding the trolls with his Lord thing.
He's the only person I fuck with that way too. Like I don't know what it is. Me and him, we click a certain way, and we talk so much shit to each other. I like him a lot. He's funny.
Oh, I guess I should probably talk about this because we have this little icon on the left there, Vim Raid Day. So that's one other thing that we're trying to do is also like organize events and sort of try to create that sort of feeling of community. What's that? There
Do you have a benefactor reward for using Vim?
What?
Do you have a benefactor reward of using Vim?
Yeah, right now there's one and it's probably going to change in the future. Right now we're just trying to secure like the funds for at least the first 6 months of server costs. But once that's done, there's just going to be the percentage that goes to Delegator.
Okay, gotcha.
Another thing that might be interesting for us to consider at the Steeming Pile is having someone that does their simulcast to Vim and others that are going to D Live. I also thought, because we were talking about when we did the Steam Blast campaign, is like maybe there's someone goes to YouTube, someone goes to Vim, someone goes to D Live, someone goes to Twitch, do stuff like that with our type of simulcast, because we have a lot of people that are all coming in and doing that kind of stuff. So
yeah, the only question would be who's going to take the hit and stream to YouTube.
Draw straws, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll be like, hey, I'm the short straw this week.
Actually, I was debating, like, I kind of wanted to stream it on Vim, but I wasn't sure if that was okay with you. So it's my first time here, so I wanted to.
Yeah,
that would have been totally fine with me.
Never have to ask permission on the Steeming Pile.
All right, sounds good then.
Yeah, next time go for it. Yeah.
Patrick's probably playing video games right now on a separate stream, and so
do you guys have any ideas about what could be done with simulcasting beyond what we're doing here on the Steeming Pile? I have my ideas: music festivals, that sort of thing.
So I'm kind of new to this. Can someone give me like a quick definition of what simulcasting is?
The same like this conversation, this Zoom room per se. There are 4 people, actually 5 probably tonight, that are all part of the Steeming Pile that broadcast the same conversation, but we all have different lower thirds.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
So our ideas in the past have been something like maybe doing a music thing where we all pick a different genre and do some streams of some music that's on the blockchain and talk about it. Or, I mean, there's just all sorts of different ideas we've had. Big scope. I mean, you could do like live events that we're all at different, something that's happening across the country. We all go to live events, or, everything down to just, I don't know. It's something you could definitely brainstorm. It's idea driven, I think, but the conceptualization of it is that we come together and then break apart in a similar
ukulele tutorials
topic or something, but then we break out into separate topics or a separate conversation, kind of like what we're doing now.
Another thing that I thought, or that I've talked about in the past, I'm glad that Smurf's here, because one of our friends, Tot Films, has independent movies, and so my thought was can we do a D Live movie night, or can we do a short festival, like a short film festival, where each simulcaster is partnered with a couple filmmakers, and they break into a half hour, and each simulcaster shows 2 different independent films, and we come back and we talk about them, and that gives the audience, here, you can go to this simulcaster and watch this one, or you can go to this one and watch this one.
So that's almost like we're Chris Hardwicking it, but all on one stream. You know?
We still can't live stream from phones yet, right?
Oh,
that's Sean's
you
mission.
haven't been watching my stuff, man.
That's Sean S. Porter's mission, is to bring us the
Son of a
best.
Because I've got some stuff in the works, but at the same time, it's definitely going to require the ability for D Live to stream from mobile.
Android or iOS, my man.
Oh, I fuck Apple too.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay,
where's Gone Rogue one?
Okay, so if you check my stream, I've got I've done some couple reviews. D Live for some reason recommends it doesn't matter because it sucks. Don't use it. So the one you want to use is Ace Live Streaming. That's what I've had the best bet with for free. You can only add 1 lower third, so you have to decide if it's chat or whatever you want. I haven't tried the paid part yet. Streamlabs has a mobile as well. I tried using that. I couldn't get it to connect. I streamed for 30 minutes and there was nothing. So
I need D Live's app to just do it.
Well, yeah, dude, but it fucking doesn't. So I mean,
it doesn't yet. But we need to stick on them.
Yeah, that's true.
You hear that, D Live?
It's garbage. Everything else is garbage. I mean, it would be really nice.
There's no reason, if you're gonna have the mobile app, there's no reason to not have it stream as well.
And honestly, like, I don't know much about mobile app development, but how hard can it really be to just use the camera and send that to a RTMP stream? It can't be that hard.
I didn't know why it wasn't included. I was really surprised. I downloaded it. I was so excited.
I was blown
and I'm like, what
away.
the fuck?
I guess they have other priorities.
It didn't already work. Dude, let's look. I'll settle for night mode first. Can I get night mode, and then we'll start working on mobile.
I hear you. I
mean, they only have. Look, to be fair, they only have so many developers. They're still working out bugs on a regular basis. But yeah, you're right. The second I saw a mobile app, I was like, okay, great. There's so much I can do now because I can just fucking download the mobile app. I'll be able to stream from my phone. And I was like, wait, I can't go live with my phone? What the fuck is this?
I still just use it I use Brave instead of Google, but it's like there's no real difference to me than just using something in browser. So yeah, I don't know.
All right, guys, so I'm going to go back to my session, and then what I'm going to do is...
Kaishalrik upvote.
I think that was Katie. What's up, Katie, if that is you? I'm now in the main session, so I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to give everyone just kind of a, yo, we're coming back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Warning. Broadcast to everyone. So, sorry to tune on my cord in front of you guys. How is everyone? Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having fun on the Steeming Pile. We always do. Great conversations as usual. You guys can call in if you want. We're finishing up our last breakout group. I'm excited today because I got to use breakout groups. And so if you guys don't know, like we've done this in the past, I'm always thinking about, all right, so we have simulcasters, we have breakout groups. That helps us to come in, take the cameras, push them out into different groups, and then everyone has their own computer, so they can have different content loaded up, if it's a video, if it's music, da-da-da-da-da. So that's why I'm interested to see what these guys come back with, is like, what can we come up with doing simulcasting in this room right here in these Zoom rooms, and then utilizing breakout groups, but also then having the individual simulcasters be able to take their breakout group or the whole conversation and create other scenes within OBS and things like that. to create more dynamic broadcasts. Then you guys are watching, your upvotes come on, your stuff, your chat stuff comes up, so we can read it around. Oh, thanks, Katie. I'm glad this is one of your favorite shows. We've had 2 really good rounds of conversation around live streaming, so I gave them their 2-minute warning, and so I'm just going to go ahead and close out the rooms and bring everybody back, and we'll just see how far they got, because I know it's getting around 2 hours, and so I want to be respectful of people's time. And so let's just start bringing everybody back.
Excuse me, sorry.
It's okay, you guys were rudely interrupted. You're the first one back.
Yay.
How was it?
It's the best thing ever.
All right.
Got my live streaming boner on. It's pretty exciting.
That's what I like. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. No. It was good.
Ukulele tutorials upvote.
There were some really interesting, compelling ideas. Just a few, but hey, that's all you need.
That's really all you need, and that's the point of what you can do in a short breakout group. You don't come up with world-changing ideas, but you can come up with small ones that help you move the needle, or at least
definitely something that I'm looking to do and put together. And maybe that's the simulcast we do. Anyways, hi everyone else.
And we're back.
What's up, everybody?
Did you get to meet my wife right before the camera cut?
Yo, what's up, you guys?
I don't think so.
Really?
She's probably moody that I'm even doing this to her because she is pregnant in the middle of the night.
Oh, there. Hi.
Hi, wife. Nice to meet you. Welcome.
I think she's just got up to get something to drink. She's going back to bed.
Making babies. It's your first kid? How many kids you got?
That'll be my 5th.
Okay. Congrats.
5th? Holy shit, man.
Wow. Stable.
God damn.
Congrats.
You're a dedicated man.
I've got 3. One of them's not mine, and that is more than enough. Tie it up.
Johnny for witness, please.
No shit.
So let's debrief what we just heard, or what you guys just heard in your breakout group. So, kind of like last time, what'd you hear? What did you share? What did you learn? And then let's do that. Let's go around and be a little bit more intentional about taking a minute or so. And then if there are people that have to leave, I know that there are some people that are coming in from not the United States, and so I don't know the time difference and all that kind of stuff. So, and then I don't know what people have going on. So if there are people that have to leave, just be more intentional about how you check in, and if you have to go after that, you're more than welcome. And then everyone else, you're welcome to stay on the pile for as long as we go. So
yes, thank you.
So from the last round of breakouts, what did you hear? What did you share? And what did you learn? Let's keep it brief per person, and then we'll do more of a longer debrief and continue our Steeming Pile chat after that.
All right. Well, I'll just jump in real quick and say that we spoke mostly about what's next for live streaming and live streamers. And we got in a really deep conversation about, whether it's, when and how big we want people from the outside coming in, streamers, that is. And that, we're really here on we're really early in on something that could be really big. The next Ninja could be amongst us. And maybe it's better to build our brands and fine tune best practices and whatnot. And let them come in once everything's built up and a little more popular, and whether or not that's kind of the best way to go forward, if that's the best chance for us all to have a fair shake. And I, personally, I super agree with that sentiment. I mean, creating stuff on YouTube before I was on DLive, I mean, I practically wasn't, because I knew that I was just one in a million. And so this is something that kind of helps people that
hell yeah it does, dude.
More. Yeah, exactly.
I never did anything like this until I came to this blockchain.
Yeah.
I never made my own video series and shit. Never started streaming. Never started fucking wearing I owned the helmet.
Sure. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, what you guys said touches up on something that we talked about too. And again, Indy 8 Fish brought something great up, and how he treats D-Live is that it's like moving to a new town with brand new people. So you try and find your niche there. And I think what you guys are saying is almost exactly that. It's all right. Here's a small community where can I set myself, right?
Exactly.
Crazy good stuff.
Yeah. And that was pretty much it. I mean, we didn't really get. I mean, simulcasting, what could be done with it? We got to that a little bit, but
fine.
not really. Just
who else is gonna be brave and check in other than what was already been said? Anything else that you guys caught or learned or shared?
Yeah, well, ESP change and Narashi brought up something interesting, and they'd like to see, and I don't want to speak for them, but you guys brought up education and how that gets presented. And I think that's incredibly important, and we've got to be novel in that way. So I don't know. You guys want to?
Yeah, and what context do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Narashi?
Yeah, just well, I had the idea of like course study, videos or live streams, kind of like classroom setting, but live on the blockchain. And so that's kind of where we went. But then there were other ideas brought up about shorter videos and like how-tos and stuff like that. So
it's funny that gets brought up too, because I was like, everything's so long. I wonder what the average duration of a stream is. But I was been doing some shorter ones for the reviews I'm doing of the live streaming apps, because it's like, oh, it doesn't work. Okay. And so, but I'm like, God, are people going to be pissed? Does it seem like I'm trolling by just doing something short? I mean, I think it's quality because it's telling people not to waste your time. And that's, a number one, priority for people. So for me, I think it's good, but I definitely have the feeling that shorter streams are few and far between, so for better or worse.
Now the name escapes me, but there is a gentleman that was working on something earlier in the year as far as having connections with areas in other countries to where they don't have a great education infrastructure, and they're working on having people make videos for certain subjects and have that be part of the curriculum. And
that's awesome.
I haven't heard from him in a really long time, and I think maybe some of the funding was relying on the price of Steam. Maybe that it's lower. Maybe he's pointing in another direction. But yeah, we can take a look at that, see if he's up to anything.
Those online tutoring foreigners in English, they're huge in China, and why should that not go to the blockchain? It's completely logical.
Well, I'd really like to see that as a front-facing, somebody make an app for that, and that adapt for that, and utilize that in some way to where teachers can present videos, and somebody can put together curriculum and say something's and get it down to specifics to where the topics are very specific, and it's something that they can watch, and then they can connect with that person and maybe do some streaming. Somebody can organize it to where, hey, this lecture is going on live now. This subject is going live now, and then also having videos, or, you can watch the replays of those, or just have specific videos on topics.
Well,
I mean, I'm hoping somebody's working on it.
And it always gets back to my fascination with blockchain technology in general, and how you can really use it to, one of the things about it is you can use it to streamline and optimize. There's no trusted third party you have to go through and bother with at some expense. So really that's what we're talking about. Again, we're back to the potential of the blockchain and just sensible applications. Heck yeah, there's a lot that can be done here.
Indeed.
Right.
Yeah, I just got the I actually bought the Elgato, which some people here use. Usually you use it to capture gameplay off the PS4, but what I'm planning on doing is trying to use it with my DSLR to help capture those live events using a boom mic, or I've got a Zoom which is might get actually even better sound out of a room that's got a band playing in it and that sort of thing. And so my kid does lots of live shows, so I'm thinking I'm going to try a live stream at his using this Elgato, which presumably I've looked it up, and you should be able to hook a DSLR up to it. So that'll be a real cool test to see if that sort of thing will run smoothly. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll capture and record it and then send it to my PC. The only question will be how good's the Wi-Fi at the Hard Rock in downtown Seattle. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's the issue with doing that kind of stuff. Is
huge
like,
issue.
Can you plug into their internet? What's that internet like?
Yeah. And that's what's cool about the Mevo I was talking about. The Mevo live streaming camera, it's kind of expensive, but not only can you set it so that it automatically switches cameras to whoever's speaking. I used this briefly with an employer of mine. Not only can you do that, but obviously it is MiFi. So you've got Wi-Fi, you've got 4G, you've got MiFi, and so it helps with the upstream. And so that's something I'm looking to invest in the future, to go kind of the way of Johnny. I'm trying to make a career out of this shit. So I'm gonna get the high end stuff, get a plan.
Oh yeah, man. I'm just
and go for it. Yeah.
I'm just getting started.
Well, Johnny has a helmet.
I'll tell you this: I'm taking tips from Indy 8fish, and tomorrow I will be streaming nap time with Johnny Clearwater.
It looks like you're doing that now.
With the helmet.
You know what's,
You're not
you know what's-
streaming.
What's funny is like I tried to like position the pillow, not realizing that I can't fucking feel it anyway.
Because
what was that I had to
fucking rock, dude.
What was that I had to do online today? Oh yeah, I've got to watch Johnny taking a nap.
Dude, I'm totally streaming a nap tomorrow. I'm fucking doing it. It's gonna be nap time with Johnny Clearwater.
Napping Johnny Clearwater.
It's like the same of saying don't upvote this. It's people will be like, oh shit, okay, I get it. This is meta.
You're just gonna watch me fucking snoring on the couch, man.
Right? Does he snore? Does he slobber? This is exciting.
That's what
It's art.
I know I snore, but I might drool.
He's got 5 kids. One of them's gonna poke him or something.
Dude, they do. Wait till you see the shit they do to me in my sleep.
I'm telling you, I know.
Stay tuned, man. I'm telling you, it's
So this is I send you guys into breakout groups, and this is the type of shit that you come up with. Great.
Oh yeah.
Well, I talked about DMC notices and like how I would love for how you could.
I watch fucking Troll Dennis fucking prank phone call people.
Oh yeah, I do it. Yeah, you can submit it, and it's a smart robot prank dial. It's great.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
When it works, it works, it's fucking amazing.
I actually have 37 calls I need to make into content, but that's besides the point. I'm hiring somebody to make.
Can we do some of that live? Is that possible to do in here live?
I can do it right now. I can do it right now too.
It's great. It's so much fun.
Prankdial.com. Y'all check out that website. Honestly, it is worth every. You get 3 free calls a day, but it's worth every penny. And I love doing predatory towing companies because they're assholes,
Interesting. There's a local radio show that does that has a phone number that they tell people to give to people like asking for the phone numbers, and they just call and they just play the numbers, and it's some good radio, man. You could, cause people are just putting themselves out there, and it's like some of them are sad, some of them are just funny, but it's interesting.
Wow.
Well, you can also, if somebody really pisses you off, you just put their phone number on Craigslist with a free vehicle or a tow truck to a tow company. You can
that
make
is an evil good idea, my friend.
But hey,
Holy
besides
shit.
the point, yeah.
So Katie told me one night she was watching your prank phone call videos, and I think you almost called my company that I started when you was doing like Bitcoin company.
Well, I called like you're one of the places that has it, and I was gonna. Well, I didn't prank call them. I called them trying to get your phone number, so I could prank call it. I was gonna be like, no, I know Patrick. I need his number. I gotta come put some money in the machine.
I had him pranked by X. I gave him my son's mother. She was all. That's when you told her, "Oh, you hit my car. You left this number on my phone. You hit my car."
Yeah, no, I literally, if anybody for sale,
Jacksonville anymore. That shit was funny.
$500. I have every person in Johnny's family's phone number.
I was like, here, call this person.
I wouldn't.
We definitely need to do a prank call episode. That might require some planning, but that would be fun as hell.
Forgive me for forgetting. What was it? The Jerky Brothers that first did that?
Oh, yeah.
That was their name,
Jerky
right? Yeah,
Boys.
okay.
This has never been done before.
Old school. I remember those.
And if you guys,
that
Really
shit.
neat about it. It's a smart bot that waits. It waits for cues to reply the next lines of the prank call. It's fucking amazing.
And there's some that you can edit with their names and things about them. It's awesome.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But also, just so y'all know, have y'all ever watched like TED Talks and shit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Have you ever seen how this guy literally wiretapped the Secret Service with Google Places?
No.
Yeah, he got. I mean, he figured out the algorithm and got like the other Secret Service offices below his that he made a fake business. And then when they called his number, because like the officers say one's in Seattle and they want to know the DC office, everyone trusts Google that much. They hit call. Well, he just had it forward it to the real number, and he's recording both sides. Yeah, and you gotta check it out. I mean, he went into the Seattle office, and he said they put him into a nice suite, and they had a nice talk about it.
I bet.
But, don't trust, y'all know that. Anyone get hit by BitConnect?
Jesus. No. If you got hit by BitConnect, you probably deserve to be hit by BitConnect.
Hey, Johnny,
I don't know what that means.
If y'all ever see XF Perez on next time, just ask him about that shit. I mean, he lost a couple grand, but I told him he was an idiot and he didn't believe me. It's like, how can you? I mean, sorry if anyone fell for that.
Anyone else on our live streaming round 2 breakout before we continue further down the steaming pile rabbit hole?
That was like a year ago, man.
Are you just now getting over it, Eric?
Yeah. Sometimes some things take longer than others.
Dude, this is the best time to buy in. It's so cheap.
Oh my god. Somebody would fall for that.
It's okay, guys. You can give me shit. I took long on Stellar at like 90 cents with like 20 grand. So I lost it all.
Oh, hold on. Why'd you lose it all?
Oh, I like to gamble. So.
Okay.
I let it ride.
Yeah, I'm like so focused on Steam. Like I don't know anything about anything. I don't know anything about Bitcoin or any of that shit. But the one thing that's come out that's like I'm like, oh, okay, this could get me to leave. Like people are trying to get me on Chune. I'm like, okay, I don't get it. Say again.
Yeah, you know why though, and this is like the thing that like we have to press, but it has a use case. It has a use case for people to actually use it. That's it. Like how many things have a use case out there? Not
well,
very
that's
many.
the only reason I'm here, right? I mean, the other things are like it's a little bit of a different process in starting to get involved in Bitcoin. Whereas this, you guys reached out, you're like, come over, and I'm like, holy shit, this is great. I'm already doing all this stuff. I'm not getting drowned out by all the people over at YouTube or all the people on Twitter, which Twitter's probably my best following, and so it's great. It's like like Johnny's been saying, it's like we're building from the ground up, and I'm totally fine with that. I've got the patience, man. I'll do it. I've been grinding for years, man. So this is fucking great for me. And so for me, it's just I don't care how popular it is. It's like I'll just keep creating, and I kind of forgot what the start of this rant was about. But yeah,
good stuff. Hell yeah, man.
That calls for another sip of the whiskey.
Hey, did you Rogue? Did you watch who's Won't You Be My Neighbor yet?
I did, yeah. Actually, I just finished it up a couple of days ago. Excellent documentary,
really good,
guys. Yeah, excellent documentary.
Context.
What's it called?
Won't You Be My Neighbor?
Won't You Be My
About
Neighbor?
Mr. Rogers.
Oh shit! That guy's a baller.
Absolutely fantastic documentary, though.
Because you hear like, there's always something bad to be said about someone, but with him, it was like everyone.
They tried to say, the whiners today.
Yeah.
The non-achievers and shit. They were all
Sure.
self-entitled. They tried to blame on him, but you couldn't blame that guy for nothing. I watched
He's
it.
clean.
I watched it last Thursday. It caused me to have like a breakdown I was in tears. I got on therapy Thursday. I cried a bit.
All right. That's what it's for.
Great movie, though.
I'll have to check that out, man. For sure. You got like Barney touching kids or whatever the fuck was his deal. And I mean, so
Pee Wee Herman, you've got.
Well, Pee Wee Herman, I mean,
Cosby, for God's sake.
Everyone's jerked off in a bathroom once in a while. So.
I mean, he jerked off in a porno theater. Like, I don't understand.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, totally.
That's true. That's right.
Like, that's what I thought that's what they're for.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you're supposed to just enjoy the directing, Johnny. What the fuck, dude? Don't be gross.
I mean, that's what everybody. He got caught with like 37 other people doing the same thing. Like, let's be realistic.
This is like,
yeah. Like, dude, you're not supposed to be into that stuff because you're.
Meanwhile,
with kids.
Was he even still doing Pee-wee's Playhouse at that point? You know what I mean? Like,
shit, I don't know if he was.
I don't think he was. Like, I think he was past that. Like, it shouldn't even have mattered.
Damn.
I mean,
best practices of live stream, everybody.
You could have went to his early career.
That's the steaming pile for you, man.
You could have watched Pee Wee Herman in his early career in Cheech and Chong movies, doing fucking giant lines of coke and shit. Nobody had an issue with that. But catch him in a porno theater, and now he's a deviant.
That Pee Wee's Playhouse is a cocaine's nightmare dream sort of scenario.
Hamburger.
Yeah.
Don't talk bad about my man Pee Wee, man.
Dude, this is streaming best practices because this is good content. That's what this is.
Johnny, is that a Nokia phone you're streaming from?
No, it's a shitty laptop.
I don't know.
And it's dark in here, and I'm laying on the couch, man.
No, I'm just messing.
You don't say.
Wait.
So guys, just so everyone knows, I had sex with 2 girls outside in the bar parking lot tonight.
Nice.
Just now? Like
just now? Right before I got
out of your
on
room, and
I'm kidding. Yeah, that was it was great.
Well,
I'm not kidding either.
It's a good report. So for the people I invited, I really appreciate you guys coming on and spending time with us. If you don't want to anymore, that's okay too. I'm not telling you to leave. But I appreciate all of you for being here.
Now all I can think of is Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho.
What?
Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho.
Mecca Johnny, hey, Mecca Lecca. Anyway, I'm out of my mind.
That was from Pee Wee's Playhouse, man. Genie.
See, I don't remember that.
How about the
shit.
little box?
See, Pee Wee, it was technically before my time.
I'm old.
Yeah.
Before my time.
Well, see, there you go. See, I remember him so it was like I was just barely coming out of that, and I think I was probably like more Sesame Street. I like Power Rangers, Barney.
Good stuff.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I mix up my childhood with all the shit my kids watched.
Right.
Which, they were obsessed with Barney and Power Rangers in that order. So, I don't know.
Yeah, how do I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Nephews? Right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'll say it. Have a great night.
Say it.
Later, brother, man.
Deuces. Good to see you. Take care.
Bye, Eric.
Bye.
Eric's out. The first one is not usually Eric. I'll take that. Usually he's the one calling for a longer show. So I'm surprised.
Dude, he was done.
I was just about to ask him about the 7-day thing because I think that's the most important thing.
7-day thing?
Yeah.
Am I missing?
What's that? Is that an actual on-topic idea?
Yeah, it is a topic idea. So one of the things with live streaming, even posting, right, is that rewards or incentives are only open for 7 days. So I know he's got a solution. I don't know exactly what it is. I know it's somewhere in the realm of leaving a comment, and then those rewards from the comment being forwarded onto
like the latest post.
Right.
Yeah, he mentioned that last week a little bit. Yeah, that was intriguing. Yeah.
No, the gifting aspect on D Live extends past the 7 days too, though, doesn't it? Can't you go on to someone's video and still gift it, even if it's 14 days old?
Yes. Yeah, because it has nothing to do with voting.
Yeah. Right.
That's a straight wallet transaction.
Right.
Yeah, it's not related to the actual post.
Well, and I had heard mention of that, but because I don't do live stream, and only because my box won't handle it, I didn't think about it that much. But I mean, it's huge. I mean, the implication that you can't have residuals from your content, if you happen to make something 7 days and you're done.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, so the DLive gifting though would be a transaction from one account or one person, right? Where I think the comment idea is that it's open for a ton of people to dump into. Essentially, becomes a pot, a reward pot.
Basically, what he's saying is make a comment, and then people come in and upvote that comment. Is that what it is?
Right.
Holy shit!
And then those rewards would be then be forwarded to the creator of that post or whatever.
If someone just wanted to do that on their own, they could just go and create a comment and upvote their own comment, correct?
Well, it's a whole different ballgame, though. I mean, okay, so let's take an old meme like Techno Viking. I could go find Techno Viking's website. I could send him something on his Amazon wish list. Theoretically, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody hits Techno Viking, the Techno Viking needs to be getting whatever compensation has been arranged.
Because if you look at it, like if you say in a questionnaire, if you have it be something where automatically someone's opted in and you have to go and check something off or fill something out to opt out, people just opt in.
It's a whole different ballgame.
And so the thing is the point being that people won't go out of their way to upload something. And so why the fuck am I gonna spend hours to write some really in-depth blog post that I know is going to be evergreen content when in 7 days I know it's out? I might as well just shop it to a publisher locally. I mean, that's
7
where
days.
I am personally.
You're done.
Yeah.
7 days.
But I'm kind of intrigued now because I know the way that Steam sort of identify posts is with a permalink. But do any of you know what happens if, for example, if you have a post that's older than 7 days, if you make a new post with the same permalink, does the old one get replaced?
Damn, I never thought about that.
Because if you can do that, then there's no need to make a comment. You can just like repost the same post. But I don't know if that would work. I'm just that piqued my curiosity here.
In theory, I guess to me it seems like that would possibly work. I don't know.
I got to get. Thank you all again.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you.
Bye, ESP change.
Yeah, take care, my man.
Take care, man.
Peace. I'll see you around.
Later,
we'll
bro.
do this next week.
Yes, sir.
Great. Take care.
Later, man.
Woo.
So everyone feels when they leave the steaming pile. Woohoo! Sharon, where are you from? Or where are you?
Canada.
Okay.
I'm French Canadian.
Gotcha. Are you on Eastern time?
Yeah, it's 11:52 right now.
Yeah.
We appreciate you hanging out so much. Very cool.
It's cool. I often just lurk the streams on DLive, so
Yeah.
I'm excited to be in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's cool to hop on. It's nice having everyone here. It's very cool having the community.
I popped in like you guys had, and I tried to mix up the breakout groups between round 1 and round 2, but I just popped into each group between them. What'll be interesting for me is going back into and watching people's streams or the Simulcasters streams and catching the whole conversations that you guys had. So that'll be interesting for me to kind of check out tomorrow and Thursday.
It was a successful first go at the breakout groups, I think. So we've used them in the past and when we've worked together, but this is the first time on DLive, and I think it was a success. I liked it. It was fun.
Cool. Yeah, that's why I like how when so many people pop on is it's easier and it's more fun to do that because you can mix it up and we all get to talk to different folks and set it up topic wise. So
Is this the most fun people that you guys have had on a live stream?
It's got to be.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
This is pretty close to.
That's cool. It means you guys are growing too. So
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yeah, it's excellent. It's awesome to see all you guys in here. I would love, guys, don't forget, everybody who's viewing, at least on my stream, the numbers up at the top. It'd be cool to have some spectators actually pop in, say what's up,
and what else would be
their perspective.
What else would be cool would be the people that came here to talk about live streaming, talk a little bit about your projects and what's next. So Sharon, if you can talk about yours and the Vim TV raid, and then Indy, Rook, Johnny, Smurf, if you guys want to talk about like your projects or your things that you're working on, or maybe live streams you have coming up, let's do that, and then we'll do a soft close for people as they leave.
Right. Well, so for me, basically, right now we're preparing for that Vim Raid Day, which is happening on October 6th. So we've been in alpha for just under 3 months, I think. And we're getting ready now to, like, we have the servers in place, we have everything in place, and we want to basically do a stress test, but we want to get the community involved and give everyone a chance to win some prizes and make it like a fun thing.
Cool.
So that's where most of my time goes. We're preparing for that right now.
And for those of you who didn't hear when Sharon was talking about that in the second breakout group, I was saying that it might be interesting for us as Steeming Pile simulcasters to choose a different platform that we stream to for a show, and split it up. And maybe someone does YouTube, someone does Vim, someone does DLive, and just something for our team to consider and see how we might go about doing that and the best way to handle it.
Yeah, like I said, if you guys want me to stream it on Vim, I'll be happy to do it.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's
For
awesome.
sure.
If any time that we broadcast, which is usually Tuesdays at 9:30 Eastern, you can come in, and anyone that's always been my intention with the Steeming Pile, is that if you want to come on and be a simulcaster and do your own thing, like Eric comes in and he talks to his audience, and so sometimes he'll be on mute, he'll be showing them different things, and then other times he'll be talking here with us during the conversation. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to.
Yeah, that's just a wider reach as far as I'm concerned.
Anyone else? Rook, Smurf?
People can stream to whatever they want. I mean, streaming to YouTube doesn't hurt anyone. It just brings in, more eyeballs.
Well, I know some of you guys are familiar with my channel. Some of you guys aren't. New to the Steeming Pile. There's a lot of guys in here that I kind of talk to on a daily basis on their streams, and they interact on my streams. I stream a lot of stuff from older games to newer games, anything from console to PC. And what I'm going to be doing next coming up on my streams is I'm super excited about the Red Dead Redemption 2 game coming out.
Yes.
So I'm getting back into, I was going to stream it tonight. I'll probably start tomorrow streaming Red Dead Redemption on Xbox. And then
the original, the first one?
Not the original one.
No, they got a new one coming out, Johnny. It looks pretty badass.
Yeah,
is it already out?
The new one's
No.
a prequel. I think it comes out on October 26th.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken. But and then also too, I'm thinking about, people have been asking me to bring it back, streaming some horror games. I don't do horror games.
That's how I got
Resident Evil 5.
I don't do
Or
horror
four,
games.
is it?
I don't do horror movies.
Dude,
And
that's
we did
how I
this,
got hooked on Rook, man.
we did this whole skit where we were playing Resident Evil 5, I think it was.
Oh shit, that's
or
the
7. No, 7, right? The
Is
new
that the
one.
newest? Yes,
The
the
one where they're
newest
in like the inbred house with these.
with the lady, chasing you. Yeah.
So I turn all the lights off in my office. I make it completely dark, and I change my notifications to super loud screeches, and just it scares the shit out of me. You can go back and watch
Dude,
some of my. There's some
we
jump
were
scares.
fucking We were timing, sending this guy hearts, and scaring this motherfucker nonstop, dude.
Yeah.
He'd be walking through like this creepy, dark fucking part of the house, and all of a sudden his notification would be screaming at him and shit.
It's got great atmosphere, that game. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do. You can see with my mouse, like there's a lot of jump scares for me. So I'm gonna bring that back. People have been asking me for it. It might be like a weekend thing, but if you guys know any good horror titles to send me my way. I mean, I think in Alien, because I started on that, I never finished it, the newest Alien game, and that's pretty creepy.
People like that, yeah.
You're being hunted the whole time, so it's coming. It's
Dude.
coming.
It's the perfect October
I heard
stream.
the VR on that
You
is
gotta
just
play this
super
Dead by
cool.
Daylight with this, man.
I know. I have it downloaded. It's on my PS4. I just got to get to
Dude,
it.
they just updated it. Listen, man, they just updated it today with this new killer. and I was screaming like a fucking little girl, man. I couldn't play it tonight. I couldn't play it tonight because I knew that my wife would come out in the middle of the night yelling at me to shut the fuck up. Look, man, this fucking new killer is so scary, man. The game is creepy as fuck, dude. It's creepy as shit. When the fucking killer is just behind you all of a sudden and then chasing you, man, your anxiety is so fucking high. It's ridiculous. It's so much fun.
Well, I'm good to go. I just got to plan a day to do it, man. I have it installed and everything. So,
what about Fallout 76? Anyone planning on being on that?
Oh yeah, that's on my list, man. That's hardcore.
So
for
Johnny,
me.
you can set up a faction. So we got to do like a D-Live faction and just take over the whole fucking. We're nuking everyone.
I'm PS4, so that's
me too, man. We're gonna be nuking everyone.
This is my to play list. Hardcore is Fallout 76.
Yep.
Narita Boy, and
Never heard of it.
Oh, just watch the trailer, dude. It's fucking mind blowing. And the new Ori. I'm jonesing for that.
Ori, Ori, man.
Yeah.
That was probably the best story driven game with platforming that I've played in a decade. The mechanics were incredible. I got teary eyed off the story. It was beautifully done, and I'm super excited about its sequel. Fallout, I'm just always been a fan of, and I know a lot of people are unsure about if it's going to be good with multiplayer. But the simple fact is, I don't think Bethesda has ever let us down.
No.
Anybody that's a Bethesda fan knows that they're going to deliver. They're going to deliver a solid performance for us, and the opportunity to be able to play with some of your friends online now is gonna bring a whole new thing to it. But Narita Boy, Sean, go watch the fucking trailer for Narita Boy.
I'm on it.
So good. I'll type the name in chat for you here.
Sweet. I've never even heard of Ori either. O-R-I-E.
Well, it's Ori. So the first one was Ori and the Blind Forest.
Okay.
And I think the next one's like Ori and the Giant Fucking Owl or some shit.
I take it it's on Steam with an A.
Well, it's not out. Oh, it's O-R-I.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll type it in. I'll type it in for you too. I don't know. I can't think of for the life of me what the new one's called. It's Ori something though. But here. Rita Boy and Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ori and the Will-O-Wisp is the new one.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is.
It's a game that will make you salty. Very salty. It teaches you. It doesn't do anything. The game, you learn from your mistakes, and you feel accomplished after you get past certain parts in it. But it gets frustrating at times. It really does.
I like rage quit games, but I didn't think Ori was a rage quit game at all.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's a stunning looking game. It really is.
I don't see a lot of sports games being played on D-Live, which I thought was interesting. And I got the Elgato, so I'm going to be streaming a lot more. Well, you're cool with that. I got to be honest. The game I'm going to play the most is UFC 3 because I'm just obsessed with it. It's the game I'm the best at. I really kick ass at it. But rage quitting is a thing. If I start getting beat,
fucking
3 in a row. Oh my fucking
I love
God,
rage
dude.
quit. I grew up on NES, so I'm a rage quit guy, man. It's just what I'm into.
So
I think things like Rook. One of the things I like about Rook, my biggest complaint about D-Live or any streaming platform for that matter is everybody plays the same fucking games and it's so boring.
Which is my point with the UFC. I'm kind of gonna embrace it, right, and be like, "This, I'm the UFC."
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be awesome to see somebody playing something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Rook taps into a lot of games that he's gonna play Red Dead Redemption 2. He's not gonna be the only one. But
Right.
Rook, what was that game you were playing the other day where you walking through different fucking doorways and shit's all tripping out and
Quantum Break.
I think that's a key thing too when you're streaming. Like, okay, say you want to play Fortnite, great. Wait and look and see who's streaming what. You know what I mean? Don't be one of 80 people streaming Fortnite out of 90 fucking streams. It's like, find something different. You can come back on a different day where there's only 3 people and do it better. It's just that it drives me nuts to see that. And that's like Rook is a great example. Daniel Cosmos, JC Kento, Vector's always playing games that nobody's playing. That's what I try to do when I stream. I try to play games that nobody's even fucking heard of. Like, what the fuck is this?
And play games that you like, not what you're wanting people to come view. If you like it, people might enjoy it. They might come in and check it out. oh, I've never seen this game before. What's this game about? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I try to play a lot of I try to play a lot of indie games. I try to get support to indie developers, man. I try to get people to put eyes on their work, man. There's some great indie shit out there.
Vector almost he couldn't come on tonight. I don't know. He said he had some personal stuff going on, but he does Flashback Fridays, and so he picks out old games on his emulator that he has. He played some goofy game. I think it was the SNES game.
He does like Misfit Mondays, which were games that like never became popular. He does all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
that guy's amazing, man. You'll take notes from watching his streams. Like he's really good, really good. And the fact that he does his intros, and then he does another weekly schedule for like middle of the stream, at the end of the stream, like he tells you every single day and the time of what he's playing.
His fucking intro is so spot on.
Yeah,
you think it's pre-recorded. Like it doesn't seem like it's live. Like it seems like it's pre-recorded.
We're talking a live one. Okay, nice.
And he takes Indy's
Vector Abbott.
Yeah.
And he takes Indy's idea too of having a timer. So like you always know when he's taking a break and when he's coming back.
Actually, I learned that from him. I mean, I watched other streamers have it, but I had started watching Vector Rabbit, and then at one point I decided, well, fuck, I want that. So I asked him what kind of tool he uses, and he shared that information with me. I actually ended up finding another type of tool for my timer purposes, but anyway, I just saw it on his stream.
Cool.
You better watch me. You better watch me nap tomorrow, Indy, because you're my inspiration.
That's the other thing about this community is that you can always ask, and people will share with you what one of their best practices are, or they'll talk with you about what they're doing, and help each other out. And I find it very supportive. It's cool.
Well, this was a good fucking episode, guys. What do you think?
I think I want some of that fucking.
I was just gonna
Maker's Mark right there.
I was just gonna say I think I want some of that whiskey.
Before I sign out,
Knob Creek, hit me up, my friends.
Before I sign out, because it is 7 a.m. here in Latvia, and it's already getting light.
Jesus.
Out here. Yeah. Oh, look at that sunrise. Yeah. I wanted to. Yeah, what Johnny said about trying out different games. Don't play Fortnite because everyone else is playing it. Good points. And I actually have been live streaming with the same idea in my mind, but at the same time, I'm in between these two concepts. Do you want to be a live streamer who plays something that no one else plays, or do you want to be a live streamer who everyone wants to see no matter what game you play, even if it's all the same shit, Fortnite, League of Legends, whatnot?
Yeah, is there a niche that you'll have? Like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking with the UFC.
You have to decide. Yeah. You have to decide what space in the gaming community you want to fill if you are a gamer.
Well, that's good too. What Sean was saying is there's not enough sports games. I mean, you'll see FIFA every now and then. I think I saw someone today doing the new NBA 2K game, but you're kind of getting
Troll Dennis play Madden.
Madden today.
Yeah.
It's sports games and fighting games, so you're going to be kind of like tackling them. But I don't see any fighting game streams.
I know. That's what I thought, dude. I was like, and then I tried one, and obviously I couldn't do it, so that's why I invested in the Elgato. But I'm excited for it because I really don't see it, and it's a pretty exciting game to watch. I mean, really. So
I live streamed Injustice 2 once because I enjoy playing it, but I'm not good at it. So I don't know. People who would like to, I mean, if I would want to watch a live stream of a fighting game, I would most likely go for someone who is actually good at the game so that I could see how awesome the game could be and how good this guy is and learn something. But because I'm not as good at the game, would it still be entertaining just because it's a fighting game? I don't know.
The Justice one's a good one to stream too because it's very story driven. I haven't played the second one, but the first one was an awesome story, so I'm sure the second one probably follows it pretty closely.
Yep,
that's a good point too. That it is more story driven, whereas like something like the UFC is not story driven at all and very technical. Like the button collaboration is out of this world when it comes to that. I mean, so the learning curve is really deep when it comes to that game. So yeah,
it would be
who
something
knows?
that you could start like a career path though, right? And have viewers come in and watch him from like the ground up, work his way up to the UFC, you know?
Yes, yeah, and yeah, definitely, exactly. There is that aspect of the game. So
see, I watch Fortnite streams on D Live. There's like Stu does it, you know, I get in with Johnny Mills and you know, Jimmy. I watch those guys and I always make it interesting. I've done it with Patrick streams too. If I see a group of D Live streamers that are in there together, I always make it a little wager on it. Like whoever gets the most kills, you're gonna get a 5 SBD donation or something like that.
Nice. That's a good idea.
And that would be something that people could even do in your stream. Hey, if you win this match or knock them out, I'll give you, you know, 2 Steam or whatever, you know, make it interesting, stuff like that. Try to find ways to make it a little bit different.
Oh, if I wasn't rage quitting before.
I like watching fucking, you ever watch Big Red play Fortnite?
Yeah.
He uses this voice changer now where he's like a robot and he plays with completely randoms. He plays with fills. So he gets all these people that are like, "Are you a real robot? I am human. I will destroy you." And he like, this is how he plays the whole game. He's like, "Humans at Northeast, hurry, 12 o'clock." And like, some people start flipping out. They're like, I'm muting this fucking guy. This guy's fucking ridiculous. And
Well, he trolls a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's funny to watch.
Damn, one last point. Rook just mentioned the way how he makes live streams interesting for other streamers by watching them and do a little wager and stuff. I wanted to point out, I have to be honest, I don't appreciate people coming into my stream typing, "Hey bro, great stream, gotta go, bye," or even if they don't mention, "Vote my stream back."
I think we know who you're talking about.
No. I mean, if it's your thing, do it. I am actually friends with one person from a.
So no, but what are you saying though? Be more specific. So you're saying someone that just comes in and chats but then leaves, but is acting like they're engaging, or what?
No. They just come in. They type one sentence: "Hello, great stream. Vote my stream or check out my stream."
It all comes down to like give and you will receive. Don't ask people to give something to you.
I get
exactly what I want to. I don't know how I can, but I would like to encourage people to. If you are gonna have don't just spend 30 minutes jumping in between 20 different streams. Spend your 30 minutes on 1 or 2 streams, like whatever time you have, 15 minutes. Spend those 15 minutes on one stream, watch the guy play his game or gal for whatever, and just like engage in the chat, like just give the how to say. Sorry,
it's like
7 a.m. Like you want that interaction in your live streams in the chat, right? So you may as well give that interaction to other people by watching their streams and interacting with them a little bit.
Because you got to create that genuine like relationship, else the person has no incentive to go and upvote your stream when you're going to be live.
Exactly.
They
Network.
and remember that you came into their chat.
Yeah, network with these people, and then most of my regulars that come into my streams are people that I look forward to them going live so I can go into their stream. And just you look forward to interacting with these people every day. It's a really cool community, man. It really is.
Exactly.
Eric put it best as it's just having a serving attitude as opposed to a taking one.
No, exactly right.
Yeah.
And I mean the end result is you receive more when you give more. So.
Oh dang, we got
We got someone new jumping on. That's interesting. Usually Johnny's the one that's doing this.
Oh, I know.
It's Stu.
Oh, exactly right.
And I mean the end result is you receive.
Oh no, Stu is here. You know what? I got it.
I know, right? That's all.
Stu, thank you very much for
Stu likes to come in at like after we've been on for 2 hours and 45 minutes. He's like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
I think Stu actually had a question that I haven't had a chance to ask for him yet.
Oh, well, see? He should have just come.
Why?
Stu, whenever that happens, just go to another Simulcasters page and ask it.
I know, I'm
guys,
begging for people
sorry,
in
I
chat.
just want to say goodbye and
good night.
Indy, thank you so much, man.
Take care, Indy.
All right, take care, man.
Great having you on the pile.
See you next week, maybe.
See ya. Yes, definitely. Bye.
Next week is Steam Basic Income with Joseph Savage.
Perfect. Nice. That'll be good. I have no idea what's going on with that.
If anyone else is in the Universal Basic Income community, Morning Coins tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern. We're having the couple co-founders from Manabase.
Is that related, or should I know?
Well, no, they're a blockchain company for Universal Basic Income. They're a certified nonprofit in one of the New England states.
You broadcast right during Pimp Your Post Thursdays, so I go back and forth between the two. I know. I'm sorry. I try.
It's all right. You're out pimping the steaming pile, so you're allowed.
I sure am, sir. Yep.
Is Stu gonna say anything, or is he gone?
I know. How's it going, Stu? How's it going, buddy?
Can't hear you, man.
He doesn't even have his mic set up the right way.
Amateur.
Son of a.
I think I came to Stu's stream speaking of the mic thing the other day, like maybe last week, and
yeah,
mic situation. But
weren't we talking about how like the pitfalls of live streaming where you forget to unmute your mic?
Everybody's had the mic situation. The mic it's just horrible, and it's that much. It's harder on D Live where you have if it's on Twitch, maybe if you have a community of more people popping in quicker, D Live can take a while.
The very first person that played online with me when I first checked out D Live.
Was Stu?
Stu, yeah.
That's cool.
I'm a dedicated Stu fan because of it.
Hey, there you go.
There he is.
There he is.
Hey. Hello. My name is Stu. I had a question for everyone in the panel. What is your favorite drug?
Dimethyltryptamine, maybe?
Dimethyltryptamine, that's on my list, but I haven't got a chance.
I haven't done DMT yet. No,
I'll go with that one.
My life is not
all
that
times,
crazy
Stu.
yet. What was your answer, Johnny?
I said my question is: are you talking about current or all time?
All time.
All time for sure.
Oh, LSD.
Okay. All time, I would have to say shrooms. Shrooms are good.
Yeah,
I'll go with Sharon.
I've gotten too old for drugs.
We talking before kids?
Every single answer.
Right.
So
Yeah,
far
that's
has
like
been
a before
psychedelic,
thing. It's
guys.
not a now thing.
Yeah.
But LSD would be my all-time answer.
Every answer has been a psychedelic. We haven't gotten an alcohol. We haven't gotten a opioid or anything.
Because nobody wants the hangover.
Yeah. Moderation.
No meth, no heroin, none of that anywhere.
You know, I've done speed a couple times. It's not my thing.
I'm afraid of the commitment.
Yeah. I don't like getting shit
No
done.
ketamine.
That's a great way to put it.
It just looks like such a big responsibility to get into these.
Right. I'm
Too many people
afraid
get
of the
heart attacks
commitment
off
for
ND,
that.
Yeah.
I've done Special K before.
Yeah.
I just saw someone on Live PD that was on Special K. He rammed into a telephone pole. He's
Live PD,
talking
man.
about,
That show.
and I was
Holy
like,
shit.
I'm like, what the fuck? And he's talking. I mean, it was nonsensical. And
I hope that guy got a bonus. Whoever was like, can't we just do cops but live? And someone was like, dude, you got it.
Well, now I mean, now that show's so successful, is they have the female cop version or highlighted version on Lifetime.
What do you mean? Like it's all cop?
It's
all
no,
female
it's
cops?
live. Yeah, it's Live PD, and it features the female cops, and it's
Oh,
on
shit.
the Lifetime channel.
I'll tell you this: that show freaked me out the first time I saw it because I didn't realize it was a show. I was in the gas station, and at the gas station by my house, they have this little flat screen that's always playing right by the register.
Yeah,
So
I know what
thought-
you're talking about. Yeah.
I thought there was this thing going on, local and shit. I'm like, what's going on? They're trying to talk this guy out. There's 7 guys pointing guns at him. And I'm like, he's like, oh, this is that show, Live PD. And I'm like, this is a fucking show? Oh, I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. But I thought there was something going on downtown, I thought it was local breaking news. That shit freaked me out.
Yo, Stu, I don't think you've answered, man. Have you upgraded from NyQuil?
Sweet lettuce.
NyQuil? Ooh, NyQuil's up there. I mean,
What about whippets? Come on, no one did whippets when they were a kid. I'm the only one. I'm the only one that lost brain.
You can't shake them, man. Don't shake the can.
I worked in restaurants, so.
The one thing that turned me off about whippets is I heard that nothing against gay people, but it's used in the gay community because when you lose oxygen in your brain, your asshole. What's the scientific term for opens? I don't know.
Gapes? I don't know.
Dilates.
Dilates.
Dilates. Oh, it's an
asshole dilation.
So,
how far we've come.
The steaming pile.
Dude, I've never heard of that.
I've never heard this story either.
This is appropriately named show.
Wow. Interesting that Stu is afraid to do whippets because his asshole's going to dilate.
Yeah.
Right.
Who knows what'll.
I don't want to shit myself.
I just had Taco Bell. I'm not doing whippets.
Losing oxygen in my brain, not knowing who I am for 30 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah. I've never been big on them either because I had a drummer.
I'd rather be on acid for 12 hours than be on whippets for 30 seconds.
Well, I had a drummer who, for his 18th birthday, bought 18 of them. We sat in the car. He went and bought them, came back,
18
went ahead and did. He got through probably 15 of them and then stopped. And we were just like, yeah, we're good, dude.
Yeah, I have a friend I knew from high school who was pretty normal at one point. And yeah, there was one day where he did like 45 whippets in a single
Jesus.
day.
Jeez.
And yeah, he hasn't really
Moderation.
been since.
Moderation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always preferred
I don't
legitimate medical nitrous. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got somebody that stole a tank from a vet's office at the music festival. You're like, oh yeah.
Have you ever been slipped anything? So like when I was right before I was about to do a show, I used to be a metal singer. I smoked a bowl with somebody and they had sprinkled something on it that and I could tell because they were like, oh, do you like it? Is that good? And like, oh, it's special stuff and shit. And I was young and dumb, so I didn't get it. But I'm on stage and my throat is closed and I am just going a mile a minute. And I'm like, okay. And like, I don't know what it's. I assume it was like something in cocaine or
PCP was
something.
Typically.
I was going. So yeah, it's not cool when you don't know you're gonna do it. That's for sure.
I've been
in front of a crowd. I'm like, oh shit.
It's like
and
coffee with a friend.
It was an amazing experience.
What was Johnny?
I said I was slipped something once and it was an amazing experience.
Oh, see, you had a positive. Well, that's good. There you go.
Yeah, it was my introduction to acid. Man.
Oh.
I was at a fucking party and they put 8 drops of liquid in my beer.
Damn.
And
8 drops.
Damn.
Yeah, so I'm chilling out on the porch, and it was really weird because when it kicked in, I didn't know I was on a drug, so I thought that I had lost my mind. Right? Like I thought, okay, this is it. Nick fucking cracked. All right.
Yeah.
So, I'm tripping. I remember. So then it was like I'm sitting on the porch trying to deal with the fact that my brain is now broken and this is how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. All right. So I start. This was crazy, man. So then I started to think like, well, if this is how it's going to be, man, like, let me see how I can deal with this, So I remember I was holding this beer and I made it melt like a candle and disappear. And then I made it build back like Lego bricks, like, and I just started to get like the hang of it, man. And then it was like I was losing my mind for hours out on this porch in the middle of this cornfield, and my buddy comes out to me like 6 hours in, and he's just like, "Hey, man, how's that acid?" And that's when I was like, "Oh my God, this is a drug." And that was it. I was hooked. I'm like, "This is so good." I was so happy to know I wasn't going to be.
Yeah, right. Your mind's at ease, and you're like, okay, yeah I can get into this then.
That was it, man. LSD became my favorite forever.
That's the one thing I still have never taken for whatever reason. My wife has done it plenty of times, and I haven't. So that's the one I'm on. I don't think I'm going to start out with DMT, but I've heard so many things about it that I'm like, I want to build myself up to that.
It's just a positive.
If you want to question your existence as a human being, yeah.
We'll all meet up one day and we're gonna all drop DMT together. That's what we'll all be famous
I
D-livers.
thought peyote was the best hallucinogenic, but LSD was my favorite.
I don't know. I've heard some good things about DMT because I've looked into it a lot, and you hear all sorts of things about how it can be explained for near life or near death experiences. That really, it's your brain pumping you full of DMT from your pineal gland, and that's really where people are tripping and seeing like near death, seeing their bodies and that kind of shit. Is really they're just tripping hardcore off a natural hallucinogen. So it's a very interesting.
Oh yeah, you will meet entities.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So yeah, I want to build up to that shit, man. Because they say, if you're gonna do hallucinogens, maybe you don't want to do it if you're not mentally and I'm like, well, I'm not super mentally stable, but I'm slowly growing up the balls.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm just
that's what's absolutely.
And
it's funny that you say that because I'm of the opinion that I've had my experiences, dude. Honestly, it doesn't give a shit about what you think or your feelings at that moment. You're like, you're gone beyond even thinking about that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'll get there. All right. Well, this really turned a corner, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, we had to get away from dilated assholes.
We did.
It was
True. As far as possible, I suppose.
That's
but you always circle back.
In my fucking brain forever now.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, am I still here? Can you guys still hear me?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Okay. Well, my little thing popped up, said internet was becoming unstable. Yeah, dilated assholes. That's going to be stuck in my brain for a very long time.
Dude, that's going to be your next song, Dilated Assholes.
I'm gonna think, like the next time I go to a concert and somebody's be like,
that's like the name of an indie band.
Imagining
Dilated Assholes.
We're the Dilated Assholes.
And we're singing our hit song, Whippets.
I'm wearing my fucking Citizen Dick shirt, man.
Nice.
That's
you know what that's from? That's from It's from an old fucking movie.
Well, Citizen Kane, I know, but
no, Citizen Dick, dude. What was that? Oh god, that fucking movie they made in the '90s. Oh god, it took place in Seattle.
Oh,
I'm drawing a fucking photo plate now.
In my home.
But Harry Met Sally.
Sleepless in Seattle. Harry Met
Sally.
Sally.
No, it was like a grunge movie, man.
Oh shit.
It's got a bunch of bands in it. Matt Dillon.
Fuck, what's the name of that movie? I know exactly what movie you're talking about now.
Yeah, I can't think of it either. But Citizen Dick was the band that the guy played in.
Okay, yeah.
And I loved it because the band members that made up Citizen Dick was everybody from Pearl Jam.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Pearl Jam, they've been putting on concerts here recently where they're raising money to fight the homeless problem that we have here in Seattle. So yeah, Pearl Jam's really, they're stepping it up as a band that, is really using their popularity to do good things. So
was it called Singles?
Yeah, Singles.
Yes, thank you. Singles.
I looked it up. I've never seen it.
It's a
well,
good
then you don't. If you cheated, you don't have to frame it in the form of a question. You just say it was Singles.
I didn't want to say it's
Singles, dumbasses,
and then be wrong about it. So I had to ask.
Classic '90s flick. And listen,
for sure.
In the movie, Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam all perform as like unknown bands in the local club scene during that movie because they were all up and coming grunge bands at that time. Nobody knew who they were, and they were all in that film.
And I still say Alice in Chains is the biggest influence out of current music.
Really?
I do. I mean, as far as like the pop rock song, they got kind of a dark sound. I just really think that, Nirvana, no one ever really tried to go in that vibe. I mean, you had like the Offsprings and that sort of thing. But for me, I just thought for some reason, I see a link between Alice in Chains and like the Nickelback sort of sound. I don't know. I mean, obviously they're not nearly the same kind of band.
Weird correlations for me right now, man.
Maybe, man. I don't know.
You went Nirvana
to Nickelback.
And Nickelback, like, I'm not a huge fan. I mean, they're good songwriters, but I mean, something about Alice in Chains, just I think out of those three bands, they're my favorite. As far as like, as the local stations here in Seattle just play that kind of shit nonstop. They play those Seattle bands, and
Yeah, I'm a big Pearl Jam guy.
Okay,
I'm a huge Jack White guy.
Okay, I can see that.
Jack White fan.
I can appreciate it. And see, that's at least more modern,
We got to meet him recently. He gave my little 5-year-old fucking a high five. It was pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, he's cool. He's very talented for sure.
Super fucking talented. That guy's off the chain. I'm excited to see that Tool's finally coming out with a new record.
Sean, I think you muted.
Oh, I didn't hear about the new Tool record, actually. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, they've been talking about it for years, but Maynard
Yeah.
finally confirmed that it'd be coming out in 2019.
Nice. Very cool.
That's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah. I'm seeing System of a Down next month. We're going down to California, so I'll be doing some streams from California, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we're going to have to chit-chat about doing some simulcast music festivals, man. I like that idea, Sean.
For sure, dude. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, I think I'm about to take off, guys. So it was lovely chatting this evening about the best live stream practices and all other pitfalls and whatnot. Nice seeing all you guys in here. I think it's the first time I've seen Turin's face. So that was cool.
Thanks, Smurf. What's new for Money Match Gaming? What's new for you guys?
Oh,
anything?
Yeah, we're currently in an off season since we usually hold weekly events, so like 2 weeks an event or 2 events a week, and like have cash prizes which we fund from what we earn here on Steeming. And so we just like convert that to them. And so yeah, that's been going good. But toward the end of events, we started like focusing more and getting more pros in our events. Because if we reach basically 3 pros per event, then it's like a pro ranked event, and it can count toward their rankings and stuff like that in their pro circuit. So we're focused on that more, as well as just like starting to like reach out to other streamers and pros and start to build up delegation, as well as just build up our own funding for the new Smash Bros game, which is coming out in December. Because when that one starts, we want to be able to have our events again, have them with that much stronger funding. To entice these pros and other players to come over, because our audience is growing fine and stuff like that, but we do want higher caliber too. And it's not that like some of our top players beat these pros, so they're already at that level and like they know them, like they're like, oh, I know this guy, and we're like, oh, cool. But like working on that, and we want to build an esports team out of that as well. So it's forming that into an esports team, because like we again, like these guys are able to beat some of these pros, and we sent one of them to one of the largest video game tournaments this year, CEO, and he came in like 30 something out of like 700 people. So that was like really dope. So we're like looking forward to that in the future, getting like a jersey on them with like Steam logos and stuff like that, and sending these people, like getting them like, because like again, they're that good and they're getting airtime and stuff like that, and they're known with all these other pros and stuff like that, where it's like we can actually get the logo out there and like get all these like other people's entities and projects out there somewhere where they can be seen on like a wider scale.
Fucking A, that's super cool.
Cool, man.
Oh yeah, Trolls, definitely. I'll hit you up, because yeah, that's where we're moving into that period of time where like we have until December. We're having like slower events until then, but like once December rolls, we're gonna really want to be hitting the ground running and reaching out to our local scenes and stuff like that. And I'm from Seattle too, so I need to I've only been in like one actual tournament in Seattle.
Dude, what the fuck? You're in Seattle?
Yeah.
Calm
from
down
Ohio with John, but
calm down, Sean.
But
that's why we're here.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so it's gonna be real cool, and like I'll have to hit you up, Troll Dennis, as well, and like I already added you, Sean, because I was like, oh, that's cool. I just like to support people from Seattle and stuff doing cool projects.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm gonna invite you to a lunch or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we definitely catch up on it, and like you do the music stuff. I've always had trouble working with musicians, but I do a lot of marketing and social media marketing, digital marketing. So.
Thanks, man.
That's where we're at. It's getting pro level events and hosting our own esports team, and putting them out there on these large scale events and getting Steam out there on that level. So,
cool.
Super cool.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Good night.
brother, man.
Later, MMG.
Yeah, take care.
So one thing Andy brought up inside the chat is doing giveaways as far as your streams to bring in awareness to your streams and stuff like that. Anybody else have thoughts?
We do need to do it. Well, no, other than the
work?
fact that we need to do one.
But does it? I mean,
I don't really think so.
I don't know if it really brings anything.
You know, like, is it just bringing viewers that are solely there for that purpose? And if that's the case, is that a real viewer? You know what I mean?
Are they gonna stick around after? Yeah, sort of thing.
Well,
it
I
depends.
think
Are you
it's fine
selling
if
your
you, if you
numbers?
see it as a way to like thank your viewers, it's fine. But I don't know if it's really a good way to like bring people in, because those people, like most of them, are not going to stay after.
Yeah, agreed.
Right.
I know it screams a little bit of desperation, but then the people that are probably coming in that you're baiting aren't, they're illegitimate, if you will, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like Cali Meatwagon. Cali Meatwagon has giveaways regularly, like at least twice a month or something like that. But he has a, in my opinion anyway, he has a very well established viewer base.
Right.
So he's actually, you know, giving away to the people that, you know, are interacting with him on a pretty regular basis.
Right.
So for the most part, he's not seeing complete strangers show up just for it, just to get it and then leave. But I think in general, if you're thinking to yourself, this is a way to gain viewers, then realistically, I think you're taking the wrong approach. You know what I mean? If you have some established viewers and you say, hey, look, I think it's a cool way for me to interact with them and give back to them for the support that they're giving me and the interactions they're giving me, I think that's a different approach. But
I somewhat disagree with you, Johnny, because the viewers, yes. The followers, though, no. Because, I mean, even if they just tune in for 5 minutes, they're going to get an email alert until they disable it every time I go live.
Oh, followers, yeah. That's different.
They do give away. They have to be a follower. I mean, it's.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I mean,
that's cool. That's a good distinction.
There's no way on DLive to find out who is following you and who isn't on DLive. That kind of sucks. They need to kind of implement that in there.
That would be nice. You gotta go to a third party to figure
I got that request a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, and like you can also have like a chat bot that has a point system for how long people are in chat and stuff. You know, yeah, are people going to abuse that? Yes, they abuse everything.
I'd love to see it also have like where it shows how many people are viewing. I'd love if you could click on that and see who it was that's viewing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I think that would be fucking fantastic.
That would be cool.
I don't trust that view button. I don't think
It'd give you the opportunity. It'd give you the opportunity to find out who's tuning into you more often than not. Because you know how, like you said, we do have a lot of people that don't interact in the chat, and it's not that, you know, it's not a failure of the chat. You're just always going to have a percentage of people that don't have anything to say, or they're nervous, or they don't want to talk, they just want to watch. But it's still nice if you have that opportunity to know, like if you're able to click on that and be like, oh, look, I've seen this guy, you know, 5 times this week. He clearly is here often. You know, maybe then if you had that, then during one of your streams, you could just give that guy a shout out. Say, hey, I want to thank blah, 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 blah for being here. Thanks for watching my stream. And then maybe you'd get them to be able to interact with you more.
Right.
Yeah.
Or automate it with the chat bot.
That's something
Yeah,
that we
even that.
added.
There.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
You go. You go.
No.
It's something we recently added to the Vim chat, and it makes a huge difference in just as a streamer, like monitoring which of your followers are actually watching you, and whenever there's someone new coming in.
Right.
Like it's
that's huge.
Right. Yeah.
Because like we mentioned earlier, people really actually appreciate, and I was undervaluing this, I think, because people were always giving shout outs, all the other simulcasters, and I wasn't. But apparently people really like it. To me, I don't really care. I'm supporting you. You'll see it. But people really like the shout outs. And to me, I mean, that's something I need to work on anyways.
Oh, and if you give a shout out to a lurker, sometimes you might get a message out of it.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
That's the point I was getting at. But how can you if you don't know who's watching you?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well, you can shout out to lurkers. I've heard people do that. Seriously.
That's true.
I do. Yeah. No.
That's fair. Yeah.
Shout out to all my lurkers.
I usually try to do that at the end of my stream. I'll shout out like the number of viewers or whatever, and just thank people for the time of coming in to just to watch.
Your
Yeah,
wife
that-
always does it.
Is that viewer button accurate? I don't think it's. I think it's busted on DLive.
It's weird because it's like I show 14 watching now, but only 3 views, and yeah, so I don't know.
Wait, say that again, John?
Refresh
No,
your page.
I know.
Yeah, just
Okay.
you refresh it, it should show you correctly.
Yeah, but there'll be streams where it'll say like, you know, up to 20 some odd people, and I know there's not.
The views number is correct. The viewers, the current viewers number, not correct.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
I was trying to figure out like what that counter is because it can't be the live view count. It doesn't make sense.
Go ahead.
So
John.
everyone doesn't just leave, and because if we all just had 1 or 2 viewers, not many people are going to stay. So,
Right.
I mean, it's buffed, and it is what it is.
It might just
We
be
all
that
know
when
it.
someone views the stream, their view stays for like an hour or something before it gets rid of the view.
I don't know. You can also open 50 tabs and have 50 viewers,
Yeah,
and Mixer you can only do, like other sites you can only do like 1 per browser to view bot yourself per se. It's an intelligent strategy to allow that, so people artificially inflates the popularity.
The attention, right?
What do people usually get views wise on the Steeming piles? Because like this one specifically tonight seems like I think it's the highest I've gotten so far, but it's only 125. But for us still being live, I think that's the highest I've gotten. So I mean, for whatever it's worth, there's people checking in. I mean, like you said, it doesn't matter necessarily that they're staying and upvoting or interacting. I mean, just them checking in is them knowing the Steeming pile name, and we'll be there next week, and the week after. So,
Well, at least next week.
Hey, someone's planning to get out quick.
So who put the Steeming pile together? Who's the mastermind behind it?
John can explain that.
Not Stu.
It's kind of Stu. I put out a pitch here, and then I pitched it to Gone Rogue and Sean and Narashi, and then it's really blossomed from there.
Yep, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah, we streamed on before in the past outside of DLive, and so he brought me in, and I was more than happy to start something up.
And Sean was like, so Gone Rogue was already here. Gone Rogue and Narashi were on Steam even before I was, and then I started, and I'm like, you know what, man, I really like Zoom and OBS, and I really want to do a show that kind of incorporates breakout groups and where it's open space. People can just come, bring their own topic that they want to talk about, and we just go from there. And then so I just kind of asked Sean to come in, and we started, and then the rest is where we are right now. Patrick came on, Eric came on, and all of you all have come on and jumped on the pile too. I honestly couldn't be happier. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what's next, and that's why I wanted to talk about that in the breakout groups. I'll be interested to see what you guys all came up with, other than
we didn't get to a lot of the talk about like potential, in the future. So I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. I heard some like virtual reality type stuff, and
yeah, dude.
and
No, we've got to
Nika
bring in
stuff, so-
VR. VR is definitely got to. It's got to. It's a part of the future, and also just obviously when you bring in VR, you also bring in the 360 perspective also. So it's just, dude, there's so many good things that are going to come out of AR VR development. It's just it's so data demanding, and it's hard to do right now.
I also look forward to doing a Steeming pile where all of us are in a game, where our simulcast is actually just us being in the Zoom room audio and video wise, but also just having we're all in the same online game.
In a world or something. Yeah,
that'd be
absolutely.
fun.
Yep.
Fallout 76.
I'm in. I can't wait to shoot nukes at somebody.
World of Warcraft raid, anyone?
World of War. No, see, I used to play Warcraft before it was World of Warcraft, before it was online, like
Yeah,
the old school ones, Warcraft, and that was fun. But I never got into the
MMORPG.
Yeah, that thing. So,
I just
but
started
I heard
playing.
now
I just started playing Warcraft again. I took a 9-year break, and I once BFA came out, I did the trial.
Yeah.
And I made me like 2 hours into the game. I purchased it. I'm like, fuck it, and I play it every day now for like 6 hours a day.
Now, have you heard that there's one on? They're developing something called like Chibera.
Yeah.
Anyone know this? Okay.
They're doing
so
it on
I don't
here.
really know, but apparently they're doing it on here, and it's supposed to be an MMO. So I'm like,
I promote them on Hots or Shots too.
okay, cool. It seems like a very intriguing and
if it comes to full fruition,
exactly,
I think it will be.
Yeah,
it will be.
It's so crazy how Warcraft just consumes you. It just it's bad. Don't play it. Don't.
It's funny that you said that because I asked somebody. It might even have been you, Rook. I asked somebody recently. Oh no, it was Satana. The new. He's a pretty new guy on here also, because he was playing it, and I was like, I've known friends that have played this shit for years. I've never even tried it. And he was like, dude, at this point, if you've never played it, don't fucking play it. He's like, just
exactly.
You're talking about you're going against people that have been playing this for like 14 fucking years.
That's how I think about it. Yeah. I'm like, no.
So I was like, okay, I can pass on that.
That's how I think about YouTube. I was like, fuck it, dude. Why do I start a new show? Who cares? And then John comes at me with this new D-Live thing, and it's like in beta mode. I'm like, fuck, that sounds perfect. So there you go. It's the perfect analogy.
Yeah. Well, you've really come into your own, Sean. You're winning D-Live awards, and
hey, what can I say? I don't try and bring it up, but now that you did, yeah, it happened. So
man.
So, guys, I have a question from Andy here. Why choose Zoom?
Why is he still watching us? The dude, it's like 8 there.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, what's the question?
He's dedicated.
Yes, he is. Why choose Zoom? And what other options are looked at for the purpose of the Steeming pile as far as simulcasting? And if he doesn't want to pay, are there any alternative simulcasting apps out there worth mentioning besides something like Discord?
That's a great question.
Good question, John.
Google Hangouts, I would think.
Yeah, Google Hangouts, but Google Hangouts is so glitchy in the audio and video.
Oh, yeah,
we've been there, my friend.
Yeah. But Google Hangouts, Zoom, you can create a free version. You can only go open your room for 40 minutes.
How much does your version cost there, John?
I'm not sure how much ours is.
It's Jeremy's thing, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much ours is. It's SG Endeavors on Steeming.
Of course, yes.
Make sure you follow us because we have more coming.
Yeah, Zoom's actually a good. You have an unlimited amount of time with you and somebody else, so you could have a pair of people on there. But as soon as you hit 3 people, your 45-minute time limit starts.
Gotcha.
Which is still very useful, and
it is absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And then it is. What do you know? What the next range is? I think it's like $14.99.
Yeah,
and then there's a
$15,
business one that's $50.
Oh, okay. So if you start making enough off your content, you can easily invest in that.
Right. Right. It's like if that's something that you want to do and you want to utilize your conversations that way, right? I know it's a luxury that I have to be able to host these, and so I don't take that for granted. But
because of me jumping in on Rogue's Therapy Thursdays with Rogue and Arashi, you can always just restart a room. So say you were trying to simulcast an event, for an example. You could even pull that off with still using the free version if you were intelligent enough to have layovers and stuff ready.
Right.
So okay, this room's going to cut out in the next 2-3 minutes. Let me get prepared for what I'm going to cut to while we're setting up the new room. You know what I mean? So you actually could get away with the free version,
right?
And never have
and
to
you could and building off that, you could even have like an ongoing.
If you're prepared, of course.
You can have an ongoing document viewable public on the web from Google Drive, and you just pop that new link in there, and you just keep putting that in your chat as you go from your live stream, so people always know like if they want to come in, or if someone else, or if a guest wants to come in, that's where you need to go for.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I never thought about that. That's a good point. Yeah, you definitely could utilize it with the free version, just with some.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about being crafty, knowing what you're using it for, and being prepared. And it's just like with any of the content. If you're going to create content, put a little bit of thought into it, and it goes a long way.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have my Elgato board there, right?
Right.
Patrick. So I'll know that I'll be able to push buttons.
Jimby says that he found Easy Talk meetings. I don't know if anybody's tried that out at all.
Say it again.
What is it?
Easy Talks meetings.
I'll have to look into
I've not seen it before, but
yeah. I haven't tried that one. There was also another one that we brought up when we first started doing these, and I honestly forget the name of it, but it was an app that was developed by some students, and they offered a free version where we could meet, and it looked like it was similar. It looked like it had more features, but
for a little bit, I was using BeLive, which was a really cool thing that was really going hard to Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Facebook Live was just releasing. And so I was in on that for the beta. And then once they released alpha, it went to a pay thing. But it was kind of cool. So I'd actually, if you had the money to do it, I'd definitely at least look into them, because it looked like it was going towards some really cool things. They were looking for for customers that were like wanting to stream live sporting events and like some more legit long form sort of stuff. So that's something I'd look into.
And you could tell the whole time that they were angling, like just letting you know that, this is free right now.
Yep. And it was, and so I took advantage of it for a couple times for a couple Facebook Live interviews for my podcast I was doing. And so it worked really cool. So if that ends up coming back and being able to be implemented into the DLive blockchain, that'd be really cool too. So,
I'd like to ask Indy, who is his favorite Steeming Pile simulcaster and why?
So you're probably talking about GoToMeeting, John. GoToMeeting was another big one. Easy Talks looks like you have a 40-minute limit on meetings for your free account. Otherwise, it's $13 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what NG said. And he said, and just as I don't understand why people hate Nickelback, I have no idea why people stopped using Skype.
Wow. Well, those are two very different conversations.
Yeah, I like Skype. You just can't do.
And Skype is also very garbage.
Skype is garbage.
I think Nickelback and Skype are very comparable.
Right. You can't do breakout groups, can't do simulcams, can't do any of that stuff.
They both are very good in their intentions, and on the surface they seem to really know what they're doing. But when you really look at them from a consumer point of view, that's when you start to lose you start to lose interest in them.
Sean, you should run for a political office somewhere.
That's what my wife tells me all the time, for sure. I got a political science background, they say, and I'm like, well, it's just too corrupt, man. I don't know. I don't want to be going around asking people for money all the fucking time. So once we get Citizens United reversed,
he just knows he's going to sell out. That's why he doesn't want to hit the headlines.
Just one donor. That's all I need, baby.
Come on, Skype. Where's that sponsorship?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. I've been trying to think of some questions, just like off the blue questions. But speaking of that, what's everyone's favorite president of the past 100 years?
Kennedy.
Kennedy, hands down.
Kennedy, hands down, out of two people.
Out of 100 years, So neither of the Roosevelts fall into that.
I see. I would have. Yeah, that was my first thought. Is if
A Roosevelt. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to do the math here. If it's not a Roosevelt, then I'll go JFK. But if a Roosevelt falls in there, then
FDR's 1933.
Could be Franklin D. Roosevelt. Yeah.
I'm going FDR, my friend.
Yeah.
The New Deal, man.
New Deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd go FDR. Yeah.
What Patrick's going crazy up there in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick's a hard.
Holy shit! Here we go.
He's a libertarian, so he's
Come on,
yeah,
expose yourself, Patrick.
he's salty. He's salty.
No. But for me, the New Deal is actually why libertarianism is
Trump.
Because the New Deal took power away from it, decentralized the power in the country.
Right.
And so in a way, it really is a libertarian's, wet dream, at least in the start, I would think, because you're really taking more power away from the elites when it comes to the New Deal.
Yeah, but and I completely agree, although there's this very, very fine line from breaking them up and like putting in regulation that's even more authoritarian,
Of course. Yeah.
It's a super fine line, dude.
Yeah.
I like personal libertarianism. I don't like corporate libertarianism at all.
Okay, that's an interesting way to think about it.
I don't think corporations should go unregulated, but like I think people should be free. So.
Have you ever done the 10 questions on Stu?
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
So, we haven't done them on Rook.
That's true.
Oh, Rook.
Well, that'll
You
be
should get Rook
for
with this, man.
Troll.
Yeah, the new deal is
I thought it was part of being here.
It is. We suspended it for for the September issues, but that doesn't mean that we can't do it.
We'll save that for next time, you guys. It's almost 1 a.m. here. I'm going to have to go. I have 2 little ones that like to wake up super early, 5 a.m. It's going to be here before I know.
So next time you're on, you're doing a...
We'll do, man.
Thanks for coming on, too. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And don't leave because Johnny's trying to pressure you either. Leave because you really do have kids and you're not lying.
I was trying to get Stu to have to do it because he's totally stony baloney right now.
All right, you guys. I appreciate everything. You guys have a good night.
Take care, man.
Take care, man.
All right. Thanks for
so much.
Oh, Sharon hasn't done them either.
Oh, I was just about to say I'm about to leave too.
Oh, see, that's what happens.
But I'll be here. If you guys want me, I can join the next one, though. I'll be happy to do it.
Yeah.
Have some questions lined up for you, brother.
Absolutely.
All right. I got time to prepare. I don't know what the questions are, but I'll prepare mentally.
Gotta get your mind right.
All right. It was fun talking with you guys. I learned a lot, and yeah, see you guys next time.
Thanks, Sharon. See you, man.
Have a good night.
Take care, Sharon.
And just so y'all know, for about 30 minutes when I was outside calming down my dog, I was listening to y'all. So.
Nice.
Yeah. He's just been going nuts tonight.
Well, I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad y'all had me. I'm a little off the wall sometimes, so you'll have to deal with that.
Are you running in 2020 or what? What's the deal?
No, dude. What I was gonna say about your presidential question was it doesn't even matter. I mean, they don't run the country. Ben Rothschild, it's irrelevant.
True. I mean,
the Illuminati, my friend.
If we want to talk capitalism, just the whole system being fucked. I mean,
oh no, capitalism is great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, unregulated capitalism is a problem.
Ooh, why?
Oh, well, because shit, John, Patrick.
No, the libertarian's gonna whoop your ass.
You guys are talking. I have a $1.5 million IRS tax lien. Right?
Wait, you're a
natural monopolies. That's why, Patrick.
Well, our company does, but I mean, it's okay. We're fighting it. We don't have to pay anything for like 2 years.
Oh, your company. Okay.
Yeah, but one of the other companies is about to go in somebody's name. Hopefully not me.
Just put it in Patrick's name.
I will. I'll pay somebody.
Literally,
I'll rack up a big IRS bill for you. We do a lot of moving of land and stuff.
I think when I'm trying to get the podcast back going, and my first guest, I might try and just get Patrick because we could probably just go back and forth, head to head.
Get me. I have a shirt that says "Terminate Liberals."
Oh shit! Okay, well you're on the list too, then, my friend. Sounds fun.
But not classical liberals.
I'll show you what the back of it says.
Not classical liberals. Well, that's good. Okay, I'll bring my John Stuart Mill book then.
There we go.
Fucking
No, Will wear a Bill O'Reilly or put some Bill O'Reilly books up behind you.
What's with the moon and the tides and all that shit, right? I got a Hawkins book right behind me, so yeah.
Nice.
I remember when he was. I think it was him that was on that show and was confronting him about that. Yeah, it was. Okay,
It was
thank you.
him,
I remember
yeah.
that. Yep. Or Dawkins, not Hawkins. Dawkins.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, good times. Well, this was a great freaking episode.
It was.
Friends. I loved it. So fun.
Hey, I'm gonna throw the graphic up before we go.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
that'll
for
be
sure.
my closing graphic.
Hell yeah.
I didn't. I struggled this time to know when to share because I felt like I was interrupting. So I'll just show you guys real quick.
It was just constant info. I understand. Yeah, it's. Wow, look at all that. You were busy. All sorts of combos going on.
What's Shamu doing in there?
It's the whale eating the minnows.
The minnows. Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. I was taking a peek, making sure there's no incriminating evidence on drug consumption.
No, I thought about it though. All these little illustrations came to mind. I was super inspired.
It's already live on the blockchain in 4 different areas.
Well, dude.
I'm gonna delete it.
Okay. You know, dude, for serious, I talked to my wife even about this. Like, for the longest time, I was streaming and not trying to be my true self, like people were talking about earlier. And then at some point, I just got so into this DLive and just this community, and you know, I've been working with a few of you guys for so long that I just was like at the point where I was like, I don't give a fuck if people are gonna go on DLive and look, they're gonna find me. I don't give a shit. I'll just do the same job for the rest of my life, being temp jobs. But you know, I got stuff on the horizon, so I'm not gonna, you know, question myself anymore. You know, I'm just full force ahead.
100% with you. I've thought about that recently too, and like we can't. At the end of the day, dude, we cannot be afraid to fucking say what's on our mind. That's it.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, I'm just not family friendly, so I mean, if
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Hirashi, I am missing from guest appearances. And
oh my god!
Wow.
And you.
Oh my god!
Also, define family friendly, please.
Also, you gotta find some place to write dilated assholes.
That should be right underneath the steaming pile.
I want it. I don't know about you, but I want an illustration too.
What's funny is she could actually create stamps.
I can create stamps, so I can use them as many times as I'd like.
Okay.
You gotta get Stu on there too, man. The oracool.
Fuck, I failed you guys.
No.
We did have quite the
You
discussion.
got a little dancing stick figure, and there is a killer whale on there. So.
This is you've kicked ass plenty.
We did have quite the discussion on my stream about what was going into Pac-Man's mouth on the left side, even though it's him talking, but had some discussion there.
That's funny.
Did I get that right? Or is it an underscore?
Where are we looking?
The oracle.
Oh.
Stu, how do you spell it?
I don't know.
I'm not important. Don't write me.
Whatever.
You brought dilated assholes to the table.
Yeah,
I got guilt tripped already, so it's too late. There's no going back.
Dilated assholes.
All of my viewers go somewhere else.
Underscore or?
At dilated underscore assholes.
There you go. Okay, thank you.
69.
All of my viewers go somewhere else right now. Go to Gone Rogue. Go to Sean S. Porter. Go to Patrick Ulrich. I'm getting the bleep out. And we're going to be leaving to the Steaming Pile song by the Oracool.
See you next week.
Well, that's just my stream. You guys can do whatever you want.
I was just doing the outro for your stream, John. I don't know why you had to break it up like that, man.
Because I fuck everything up, Sean. That's why.
No, it's okay. Next time. Again, though, I really like this. This was my best because lots of these combos are like over my head, but this one, I had plenty of opinions. I had plenty of ideas. I could bounce.
Steeming pile. Steeming pile. Steeming pile. Steeming pile. Steeming pile. Steeming pile.
See you next Tuesday on Steeming Pile. Steeming Pile.